Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind Your Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind Your Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Happy Monday. Glad to have you guys back in here once again tonight on the channel. We got a big game 4 coming up between the Detroit Pistons on the road to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs coming off a critical Game 3 victory to get on the board, pick up their first win in the series, 116-109 victory by Cleveland at home on Saturday. And Cleveland, so far, perfect. 5-0 in home games in the playoffs. Detroit 1-3 on the road. The Pistons looking to see if they can go up 3-1 in the series. If so, that would be difficult for the Cavs to get back in. But Cleveland trying to do what they've always done so far this playoffs, and that is pick up an additional win after the initial one. And Cleveland looking to remain perfect after tonight's game, as the Cavs are trying to go for 2 straight tonight. James Harden, much better game in Game 3, bouncing back, averaging 22 points per game on his home floor, just 17 points per game on the road. Going to have to take care of the basketball tonight, going up against a physical Detroit Pistons defense. Spida Mitchell going off in the last game. Dropped down 35 points alongside 10 rebounds on 13 for 24 shooting. Donovan Mitchell popping off on the home floor in the playoffs, averaging 27 points per game at home, averaging just above 22 points per game on the road. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. I'm glad to have you guys back in today. What's good, Gabriel, Daniel, Jeffrey? Glad to have you back in. Yeah, I saw that earlier today. So no suspension for Victor Wembanyama, and no fine either. Just had the ejection, the flagrant 2 yesterday, and then got off the hook. As the NBA announced, no suspension, no fine for Wemby this afternoon. Cleveland, with their players, much better shooting splits and points per game and efficiency on their home floor than on the road. They've been playing solid on their home court so far throughout the entire playoffs. That's why they are perfect. The key for Cleveland going into this matchup tonight, they need to limit the turnovers. They have turned it over the second to most times out of any team in the entire playoffs. That is only behind the Lakers, who have the most turnovers out of any team in the entire playoffs. The Cavs are averaging just under 16 turnovers per game. James Harden, he has been a turnover machine, really struggling in road matchups. But for Harden, last game just 3 total turnovers, and that was his second best game of the entire playoffs, committing his second fewest turnovers besides 2 turnovers, which he had in the Game 7 victory over Toronto. I think it's going to depend on who's the best player on the floor tonight. On the one side, Cade Cunningham's averaging 31 points per game, the top scorer in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell on the other side, having strong games at home, the top player in the fourth quarter in the entire NBA this season, going off in the clutch for Mitchell. And I think it's going to come down to that, plus who else can step up. Between the two guys, Harden, he's going to have a big game going up against Tobias Harris, who's been super consistent, the number 2 option for Detroit, and then so on. Duncan Robinson, number 3 option in the playoffs for Detroit. And right down the line, Evan Mobley, he's been a seesaw in the playoffs. Some strong games, some games that he's gone away. Going to need to have a great game by him tonight if the Cavs want to even up the series. So I think it's going to go like down the line, like who plays well. So if, say, Mitchell and Cunningham, if both of them drop down like 30, they're going to balance out the points. And then after that, relying upon who else can step up. Harris is probably going to provide his 20-21, what he's been a consistent 20-piece bucket score in the playoffs. He's been awesome for the Pistons. As a number 2 option, Duncan Robinson averaging 15 points per game in the playoffs. He's been terrific as well. He's gone off in this playoff series for Robinson, drilling at least 4 made threes in all 3 games for him so far. So they've got guys stepping up for Detroit, where one guy has gone away. Jalen Duren had a great regular season, but in the playoffs, he has completely gone away. But other guys like Tobias Harris and Duncan Robinson stepping up, making a major impact. On the other side, the Cavs right down the line, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and then after that, Evan Mobley, going to have a fantastic matchup. Jarrett Allen, he's been up and down throughout the playoffs. Some really good games, some really bad games for him. Last game, he finished with 18 points, which was terrific. Evan Mobley, he finished with 13, but he shot the ball 4 for 6. When Evan Mobley is efficient, shooting 61% or greater, they're 5-0 in the playoffs when Evan Mobley is incredibly efficient. Yeah, no problem, Jeffrey. Best of luck tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be a really nice day. I think it's supposed to be in the lower 60s tomorrow and sunny throughout the course of the day. Today was like lower 60s, but it was like cloudy for most of the day. But yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be a really nice day, and best of luck tomorrow with your baseball game out in Coventry. Yeah, they have a lot of good food places out there. That's awesome. Cade Cunningham coming off a triple-double in the game on Saturday for him, where I feel like for Detroit, going back to when I covered them in Game 2, when they won against the Cavs, 107-97, there was a lot of balance that game. Cade Cunningham 1 month ago was coming back due to injury, had the collapse lung. Cade Cunningham is leading the entire playoffs in points per game, averaging 31. But I feel like when I've seen the Pistons cover them in this playoffs, I feel like they're at their best when they've provided the most balance for their team. And Cunningham, 27 points, but he did attempt 27 total shots in the last game, and that's a bunch of shots for Cunningham. They need to balance that out a lot more. Get Cunningham around like 18 to 20 shots, in my opinion, but also balance out the other guys and see if those guys can step up as well, because they're relying too heavily on Cade, and this is a guy that's 1 month recovered from his collapsed lung injury, and it's beneficial towards their team if they're able to balance out those guys. Tobias Harris had a great game, once again offensively in Game 3. 21 points, 7 for 14 from the floor. He's been super consistent. Like, for all the stuff that he took when he was playing at Philadelphia, when just the Philly fans just did not appreciate him because he was just such a disappointment playing for Philly, but thriving right now playing in this Detroit Pistons system with a young Pistons squad for him. So it's a really good sign to see for a guy like that who's been able to step up and have a consistent playoffs. Like, he is a straight bucket getter, like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 piece bucket getter throughout the playoffs, and it has been consistent, to Tobias Harris. Oh, wow. Yeah, probably like a big stadium too then with like a lot of seating or so. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was looking at some of the baseball seating layouts of like different stadiums around like the collegiate landscape. Some of them's bleachers, some of them have the seats like plugged in, like an actual like professional stadium, but like a mini, like a much smaller size than like what like a single A or triple A ballpark seating like probably like 500 to 1,000 capacity. Yeah, what was missing the last game out of the Pistons was their bench. Danish Jenkins just 2 points from the bench. He was great in the previous 3 games before that. He had a 3 game scoring streak, scoring in double figures coming into that game on Saturday, but had that snapped with just 2 points in 18 minutes. That's another guy that had been breaking out recently for Detroit that they're going to see if they can get back going in this matchup. Cleveland, 3.5 point favorites tonight on the line. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here tonight, Cavs or Pistons. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This has been a really fun series, and I think it could very well go to Sunday in a Game 7. There might be 2 Game 7s taking place on Sunday. Yesterday, that ejection with Victor Wembanyama, that completely opened up the door for Minnesota in that series. So Minnesota San Antonio, that's taking place tomorrow in the Game 5 matchup. That series tied up at 2-2. And this series tonight, if the Cavs do win it, stay perfect at 6-0 at home, they're going to force a Game 6 in this series as well. Lakers Thunder taking place later tonight. Thunder chance to close out the series. That has been no contest. Lakers struggling, having a tough time keeping the ball out in front. Luka Doncic yet to return back in the playoffs, and that series is a blowout. The Thunder just so deep, and they just rotate guys in and out. It's super impressive. Like it's next man up mentality for OKC. They got guys stepping up left and right. AJ Mitchell taking over the playoffs. Just a playoff riser, came out of nowhere this season. And then Jared McCain is a 3 point machine for him, cranking out threes. He got traded from Philadelphia, so Philly did not want to keep him, and Jared McCain got traded from Philly. Yeah, this series has been tremendous. Whenever it seems like I cover like Cavs Pistons, Cavs Raptors, like a lot of people come in on the streams. It's awesome. We got like 50 plus people in the pregame right now. You guys, the real legends, MVPs for coming out on the channel tonight. Same starting 5 for both teams from the last game. Oscar Thompson, Tobias Harris, Jalen Duren, Duncan Robinson, Cade Cunningham. Starting 5 tonight for Detroit. Only one player listed out in tonight's game, and that is Kevin Herter. Still dealing with a left abductor strain. And then on the other side, Cavs at home tonight, fully healthy. Nobody listed out. Dean Wade, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden. The starting 5 tonight for Cleveland. Huge game here tonight. James Harden has to play like he did on Saturday. Harden with a clutch shot in the final moments of that game. Yeah, the weakness for Cleveland in this playoffs has been the turnovers. They need to be better in that facet. Also, their interior defense at times has struggled. They got crushed a couple of times inside the paint in the last series against the Raptors. They gave up 60 points in the paint in the previous game against Detroit. Both teams scored out well in the paint, 60-54 in the previous game. I feel like those adjustments for Detroit, if they can get some more balance, instead of Cade Cunningham jacking up 27 shots, that will be key. But also for the Pistons, also avoiding foul trouble. That's going to have to be key in this matchup. They picked up a bunch of fouls, and they lead the league in personal fouls per game. So their style of play is physical basketball. Just bloodbath, beatdown, lockdown defense. They have the top defense in the entire playoffs in points per game average. Cleveland, a very efficient squad. Much better with their shooting efficiency at home than on the road. Cleveland shooting 58%, or they shot 58% in the previous game, limited Detroit to 45%. Cavs shooting much better at home than they are on the road. Timon, welcome back in. Thanks for joining in. Right now, announcing the starting fives for both of these teams. I love the NBC pregame that they have going on. NBC hit it the nail on the head with their pregame introductions the first year back. Yes, NBC is taking tomorrow night's game as well. And I plan on being back live tomorrow night covering T-Wolves against Spurs. Also, I plan on being back live throughout the course of the week, Wednesday night, covering these two teams on Wednesday night because the Lakers Thunder, I would be shocked, honestly, if that series goes on. That would be the late game anyway, so I'm pretty much in bed by that time. So this rest of the week, I'm hoping to be back live tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday if there is a Game 7. But as far as the least, we have streams today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday. There's no games on Thursday. The Knicks and Sixers were the only game that was scheduled in on Thursday, and the Knicks yesterday swept the Sixers. James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Dean Wade, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, the starting five tonight for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Starting five for the Detroit Pistons, that is Oscar Thompson, Tobias Harris, Jalen Duren, Duncan Robinson, and Cade Cunningham. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here tonight. Cavs or Pistons. And yeah, I've been a content machine lately. That's one of the big goals for my channel is keeping up the content here, being a content machine, cranking out the shorts that we've got going on recently. So big shout out over to Assist for hitting me up on those shorts. My channel has been just a content machine last couple of weeks, cranking out these short videos that keep on getting up and getting posted. All right, tip off in around 3 minutes from now. So we're going to tip this one off in just a couple minutes tonight. This is one out of two games taking place across the association tonight. And after the end of this week, it's going to be standalone games. Rest of the season, no more double headers taking place in the same night. Thunder Lakers. Thunder with a chance to end that series tonight. Thunder destroying the Lakers up 3-0 in the series. OKC coming in as a 12.5-point favorite. Tonight, the Cavs in this matchup, a 3.5-point favorite, over under at 213.5. I'm interested to see right from the start how this game is going to be officiated because the style of Detroit, they're going to play lockdown defense, they're going to be physical, and they're going to see if they can wear down Cleveland. Now, Cleveland, for some reason, they have played with their food in the first half and have not looked like themselves and have had issues with the physicality by their opponents in these playoffs in the first half. And then the second half, something just hits the Cavs, and then all of a sudden they just completely take over the game. Cleveland, Ohio, tonight for this matchup at Rocket Arena. Cavs tonight going to throwback jerseys from the LeBron era. Dark blue uniforms, white numbers, white letters, gold outline for this matchup tonight for the Cavs. White jerseys for the Pistons tonight. Red numbers, red letters at the front of the jersey, dark blue letters at the back of the uniform. And here we go. Jared Allen and Jalen Duren go up for the opening tip. Referee He's going to have to redo the opening tip as he threw the ball to one side, benefiting the Cavs. And they'll redo the opening tip here. Cavs going right to left on the floor. Detroit going left to right as we are underway. And the Cavs control the opening tip. Cleveland with the first possession. James Harden. Bounce pass into the hands to Allen. Jared Allen. Top of the free throw circle. Hand off Harden. Harden dribbles up inside the key. Floats the pass down low. Allen bobbled it. Allen lost it. Turns it over. Up the floor here for Detroit. Outside. Harris fires the three off the back rim. No good. Mitchell secures the defensive rebound. Possession number 2 of the night here for Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell. Dribbles up, right to the rim, no good, missed the layup, tipped around. Harris out of the pack, controls the defensive rebound. Up the floor, Tobias Harris circles around, back out to the perimeter. And a bad pass to the corner, nobody there, went out of bounds. Turnover. Charge to the Pistons. So both teams one turnover in the first 44 seconds of action. Inbound goes back to Cleveland. James Harden. And going up to the rim, they scored a 2, up and it off the backboard. That is Jared Allen, who gets the layup. First basket going to Allen tonight for the Cavs. Cade Cunningham off the crossover at the wing. Cunningham had it poke loose out of bounds off of Wade. It will stay. Pistons ball. What's good, Award? Welcome back in. Hope all is going well, man. Glad to have you back in the stream. Inbound goes to Robinson. Robinson attacks the paint. Shovel pass underneath. Off the double team. Thompson out to the corner. Robinson fires it on top. Cunningham launches the three. Right down the chute. Delivers. Bullseye. Bearing the triple by Cade Cunningham. Evan Mobley. Far side corner, working on Robinson. Dribbles up to the mid-block. Inside the key now. Mobley outside Harden. Wide open three. Takes it. And he makes it from the perimeter. The Beard able to knock down the triple. 5-2 for Cleveland. Or 5-3 for the Cavs. Down low. Powering his way with Duren. Duren gets swatted by Mobley off the rejection. Kept alive by Duren at the baseline. Outside. Harris dribbles up. Back out to the top of the key. Tobias Harris, 2 at the timer. Drives inside. A follow-away. Tough shot over Mitchell. Got it. Tobias Harris. So consistent in these playoffs, making a tough shot right there. 8 straight games with 20-plus points by Harris in the playoffs. Handoff Harden. James Harden playing well so far the first 2.5 minutes of action. Harden, step back 3 over Cunningham. Off the mark, no good. A rebound secured by Thompson. Pistons with possession. Oscar Thompson had it poke loose, lost it, turnover. Harden up the floor off the steal, stops in the dime, pulls the trigger on a 3, and he nails it. It's another triple, buried by the Beard. 8-5 Cleveland. James Harden elevating his game on the home floor in the 2026 playoffs. Harris up fake, low block. Thompson bounce pass. Duren goes up. Duren no good. Missed the shot. Tough physical defense by the Cavs as it went out of bounds off Jalen Duren. Cleveland tonight looks like they are hungry and they are determined to even up this series. A great James Harden could go a long way towards picking up the series victory. Harden looking for more, attacking the paint, and will head to the free throw line and shoot 2 as he was fouled. Harden came crashing right down to the stanchion, back up on his feet though with 2 free throws awaiting him. What's good, Jimmy? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Ron, welcome back in the stream. I like the Cavs tonight in this game. Cavs perfect on their home floor in the playoffs. And I think once again they're going to pull it out tonight. And I think this series is going to go into a Game 7. Two free throws awaiting James Harden. What a start for Harden so far. 2 made threes, 6 points so far. First free throw, right down the middle. If you guys are doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win here tonight, Cavs or Pistons? Wow, what a start here in the stream. 90-plus people watching right now. You guys, the real legends, MVPs out on the channel. James Harden averaging 17 points per game this series. He is averaging 22, though, throughout the entire playoffs on his home floor. Both free throws good. 8 out of the 10 scored by Harden. Cavs up by 5. Pistons with possession. Jalen Duren lobbed out low. Cunningham, but blocked from behind. Out of bounds off Dean Wade. Cavs come to play tonight, tightening up their defense inside the paint. Coming into this game, Cleveland's their adjustments needed to be points in the paint defense, with interior defense and also taking care of the basketball. Right now, doing a solid job on both of those facets in the game. Outside Robinson. Robinson takes the three straight away off the back rim, no good. Tipped around as Allen taps it off to Dean Wade for the defensive rebound. Cavs by 5 with possession. Harden gets past Cunningham off the dribbles. At the low block, circles his way back out to the wing. James Harden takes on Jalen Duren one-on-one. 10 on the shot clock. Off the crossover. Harden, jumper, deep 2. Off the rim, no good. Rebound secured by Thompson. Pistons struggling to generate offense. Ausar Thompson at the baseline takes on Mobley one-on-one. Looking towards his left. Now drives on Mobley. Bouncing bodies inside the key. Fumbled it. Stripped, though. And out. And the refs roll it out off Mobley. Now, Evan Mobley pleading his case there to the ref. He thought it was clearly bobbled out of bounds and lost by Ausar Thompson. Let's see here the replay. Ausar Thompson shoving with the offhands. Oh, yeah, that's clearly out of bounds off Thompson. Wow. That's clearly out of bounds off Thompson. Referees completely missed that call, and they rule it jump ball tie-up at the free throw circle between Mobley and Thompson. Wow, that's a completely missed call there by the officials. Mobley and Thompson going up for the jump ball. And Mobley tips it off to Allen. So either way, the missed call leads to the jump ball tip-off awarded to Cleveland. James Harden. What a start he has had. 8 points so far. Cross-court connects with Mitchell. Mitchell drives. Kick out 3. On its way. Harden. Oh, he drills another one. James Harden. What a start by him tonight. 13 of 5 as he has got 11 of the 13. And a timeout taken on the floor by the Pistons. Red hot start from the Beard. Knowing that he needs to play well for his team to win this game. And right now he is spot on. 3 made threes in the opening quarter of action by James Harden. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the BTAB brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. What a start. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit us up in the chat who you guys are wanting to win this game tonight. Type it in, Pistons or Cavs, and James Harden. What a start so far tonight for the Beard. Just incredible, setting the tone for his team to begin this game. Wow, just absolutely impressive start by James Harden. 11 points in the first 4 minutes and 15 seconds. 3 for 5 from the floor, 3 for 4 from the perimeter. Donovan Mitchell did a nice job facilitating on the previous assist off to Harden to drive the kick out to the wing. And the Beard tonight turning back the clock. He's usually good for like one of these games, like here and there in the playoffs the last couple of seasons. Like a classic like 30-40 piece out of James Harden. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Ron. I'll see if I can get him during halftime from Mr. Tops. Cade with 3. Tobias Harris with 2. Detroit struggling with efficiency, just 2 for 7 so far in this game. Cleveland looks like they're determined. They have tightened up their defense down low, and they are hungry and they are responding. Albert, welcome in. He's liking the Pistons tonight. Bradley, glad to have you back in, brother. Pumped up for the beard right now. What a start for his Cavs in this game. Harden's going to pack the card for Ruffy tonight. Yeah, if you guys took James Harden over points, looking pretty good right now at the moment. Wow, that's a great sign for the Cavs to get James Harden going, building confidence, 11 points in 4 minutes. So there's the number 2 option already popping off. They got the throwback LeBron era jerseys tonight. So they got the 2000s dark blue throwbacks that they're wearing tonight for the Cavs. Back to action. Pistons with 3 turnovers. Cavs doing a great job taking care of the basketball. Just 1 turnover so far this game, and that's what they needed to clean up, and they've done it so far to start off game number 4. At the wing with Cade Cunningham. Cade's coming off an 8 turnover game, and he just turned it over. As the Cavs blitz Cunningham, they got numbers 3-on-2 up the floor. Jared Allen soared up as he was denied by Thompson. Foul, though, going up at the summit, and 2 free throws coming up here at the line by Allen. James Harden been all over the map tonight. They double-teamed Cade, Allen, and Wade, and then Cade tried to lob it down low, and Harden jumped the route, picked it off. James Harden playing out of his mind tonight. 2 steals with 3 made threes, 11 points in 4.5 minutes. First free throw, good by Allen. D Good, welcome back in. Les, thanks for joining in. Raphael taking the Pistons tonight. Second shot by Allen. Left short, rebound goes to Duren. Pistons racing up the floor. Ausar Thompson shovels off to Cade. Cade at the wing. Back outside into the hands to Thompson. Thompson towards his right off the dribble. Bounce pass. Robinson gave it up. Bad pass. Should have just laid it up and in. Had a straight line attack to the rim. Instead, made an extra pass that they weren't anticipating. Resulted in another turnover. Spin cycle. Mobley. Mobley goes up. Mobley gets fouled. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line. Pistons want to play physical. Right now, trying to play too physical and picking up fouls. That's been the main issue for Detroit just this year. They led the league in personal fouls per game. Yeah, that's clearly a foul by Ausar Thompson. Evan Mobley, couple up fakes, goes up and got the hand on Mobley going up on the shot. First free throw is good by Mobley. Ausar Thompson already with 2 personal fouls. So he substitutes out. That's what cannot happen if you're the Pistons. Karis Levert already into the game. 5 minutes into action. Second free throw is good. 16-5. This might be a blowout if this keeps up like this. Pistons struggling. Struggling to generate offense. Levert rises for the jumper. Deep 2. Buries it. That's a big shot. 2 big bench points right there. Yeah, so Thompson substituted out. Levert brings a whole lot more offense than Thompson. And away from the basketball, a foul charged to Jalen Duren, knocking down Jared Allen. Yeah, this is getting out of control here for the Pistons. That's now 4 personal fouls as a team. And we're not even midway into the quarter. Mark Anthony, bold prediction, pointing out LeBron's going to return to Cleveland next year and going to retire his jersey. Yeah, I wonder what would happen with Bronny then, if Bronny would stay in the Lakers or come to the Cavs. Jumper, baseline, off the mark by Harden. Rebound goes to Harris. Pistons with possession. Harris Levert, top of the key off the crossover. Defended by Harden at the wing. Baseline dribble, finds the gap. Bounce pass, corner 3. Harris buries the J. Big triple made by Tobias Harris from the corner. Cuts the deficit down to 6. He has been really consistent throughout these playoffs. Mitchell, up fake. At the elbow, back outside into the hands to Mitchell. Bounce pass finds Harden. Sends it off to Mobley. Mobley drives inside the key, off balance. Mobley, kiss off the glass, scores. Up and off the window. Evan Mobley falling away, drills the 2 off glass. Cleveland got it in their bag so far this game. Efficient start for the Cavs. 5 for 9, 56% from the floor. Off the pivot, Duran scores right over Mobley. A low post, good for 2. 6-point advantage for the Cavs. Mitchell yet to score, looking to get going. Outside finds Mobley. Tees up the 3 straight away. Off the rim, short to rebound. Controlled by Cunningham. Solid look there by Evan Mobley. Just couldn't cover on it. Cade floats it back outside. Levert fires a 3. Caris Levert sizzles the J. Cuts the deficit down to 3. Caris Levert, since he is substituted in the place of Ausar Thompson, able to get his team to battle back. A +8 on the floor right now against his former team for Levert. Pistons right back in this game, 18-15. So we will have a timeout taken on the floor. First timeout by Kenny Atkinson tonight. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the B-Tab brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. What's good? Pepe on the stream. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Thoughts and prayers out to Mr. Fultima Raz. Thoughts and prayers out to you, man. Hopefully a speedy recovery. I hear you, brother. Stay safe and get well. I'll keep you in my prayers for you, bud. James Harden started off this game, set the tone for the Beard. 3 made threes. He's got 11 points. Pistons making a comeback right now. They trailed early on in this game. Down by 11. Look like the Cavs up 16-5. We're going to run away with it. And then Caris Levert checks in place of Ausar Thompson, who picked up 2 personal fouls. And Ausar Thompson just basically put himself on the bench. JB Bickerstaff should be on notice with Ausar Thompson to keep him on the bench, because other players coming off the bench have stepped up, and Ausar Thompson just keeps on going backwards. Caris Levert +8 on the floor, 5 points in 2 minutes, in the spot of Ausar Thompson, who is a -11, who picked up 2 personal fouls and substituted out. Yeah, what in the world has happened to Ausar Thompson in these playoffs? Like, here was a guy that was a top 3 draft pick from 3 years ago that was supposed to be, or top 5 draft pick from 3 years ago, was supposed to be putting pressure at the rim, an athletic freak, but just nothing really going on in terms of his offensive ability for Ausar Thompson. And Pistons trying to play physical, but referees have been calling those fouls tonight. They've picked up 4 fouls as a team midway into the first. Elder Assassin, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, this series has got some really good numbers on it. And the last one too, between the Cavs and the Raptors in the previous series, that had some really good numbers on it too. So it's nice that we got like a split group here, like some Pistons fans, some Cavs fans. Like, that's awesome, because I covered, it was in the first round, it was more so Cavs Raptors. I think I did Pistons Magic once. It didn't generate as many people as viewers in terms of what Cavs Raptors did, but this viewership's been incredible for this series. We get back to action. Jalen Tyson, first time on the floor for Cleveland, alongside Dennis Schroeder, James Harden, Jarrett Allen, and Max Strus. Schroeder at the Rocket Arena logo takes on Danish Jenkins. Top of the key, Allen into the hands to Strus. Strus flings it outside. Harden drives inside the key. A runner off the back rim, no good. Tapped off the glass and out of bounds. It was off of Jared Allen. So it's going to go back to Detroit. Detroit has clawed their way right back into this game, down by 3 after trailing 16-5 to begin tonight. Danish Jenkins, first time on the floor, alongside Karis Levert, Duncan Robinson, Tobias Harris, and Isaiah Stewart. First time on the court for him tonight. Harris receives it at the elbow. Harris taking on Harden, backs his way for the timer. Harris at the mid-block. Harris, turnaround jumper, tough shot, and he buries it. Tobias Harris, throughout the playoffs, just so consistent, rising up in a big way, able to bury a tough 2 turnaround. 1-point game right now. Allen powers his way down low. No good, blew the layup. Rebound controlled by Harris. Up the floor with Jenkins. Danish Jenkins, entry pass lob. Stewart, turnaround, off glass scores. Pistons on a run. They get the 1-point advantage. 14-2 run by Detroit in the last 2 minutes and 50-plus seconds. Dennis Schroeder circles around the perimeter, drives on Jenkins to the elbow, bounce pass outside, finds Strus. Max Strus slides it off towards his left into the hands to Harden. James Harden drives on Robinson, takes on Stewart, jumper, baseline. Harden called in the carry, double dribble, turns it over. Wow. James Harden cannot believe it. He got called in the double dribble by the officials. Turnover by the Cavs. Naja player, welcome back in. Hope all is going well, bud. What a start to this game. If you guys are just joining in, James Harden scored the first 11 out of 13 points to begin this game for Cleveland. Harden will head to the bench for the first time tonight. Harden with 11 points currently with 3 made threes. They were up 16-5, and now the Pistons have gone on a 14-2 run. Stewart missed off the side of the glass, got it back. Bounce pass, Robinson in and out of his hands. Turnover as Mobley collected the steal. Cavs down by 1, stuck in a scoring rut. Donovan Mitchell, spin cycle in the corner, takes on Levert, 1-on-1 forward teammate, shakes him, off the dribble, Mitchell left short off the rim, off the runner, and the rebound out of the pack, controlled by Levert. Approaching the 3-minute mark left to go in the first quarter of action. Karis Levert dribbles up inside the key, puts up a tough shot, no good off the back rim, and it goes right back over to Cleveland here. Cavs with possession. Around the outside, Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell takes on Robinson 1-on-1, 10 on the timer. Mitchell drives on Robinson inside the key, runner, no good off the mark, deflected around, offensive rebound back to Tyson. Schroeder, Tyson, nice ball fake, jumper, off the back rim, no good, couldn't make it, rebound goes Jenkins. Here goes Jenkins shooting out of the pack, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Dennis Schroeder puts his body on the line, takes the charge as Jenkins bulldozes him over. Turnover in the Pistons. What a game. Ultra physical right now. Bodies flying everywhere. Yeah, definitely would be tough for the Pistons. A 60-win season for them if they get knocked out. Especially how they rose up after they were down 3-1 against the Magic. Came back, forced the game 7 and 1. Like, what a story that would be for them to get all the way to the conference finals for a young team like that. Strus, off the mark, missed the 3. Rebound secured by Stewart. Cade Cunningham back on the floor for Detroit. Cavs are on a 4-minute scoring drought with no points. Cunningham, top of the key, takes on Mitchell, jacks up the 3 off the mark, no good. A rebound goes to Mobley. Both of the defenses showing up, the shot making not there. Dennis Schroeder bursts the speed right to the rack, and he soars and scores, up and off the backboard. 1-point advantage for Cleveland. Cunningham, outside off to Levert. Levert, rainbow 3, connects on it. Karis Levert, positive plus in the court tonight. For the Pistons, he has got 8, and he is right now a plus 13 on the floor off the bench. Mitchell at the top. Jacks up the three off the back rim, no good. Tyson hauls in the offensive rebound. Loose ball foul attached to it. Charge the Pistons. And that is now number 5 as a team this quarter. So it's going to be free throws coming up in the bonus here for Cleveland. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. Down to 1:19 left to go in the first quarter. 2 shots at the free throw line for Jalen Tyson. Dennis Schroeder with the only 2 points off the bench so far. Tyson missed the first free throw. 8 bench points by Karis Levert, plus 13 on the court. When he checked in, they were down 16-5, and now they're up 22-20. 2 points by Isaiah Stewart off the bench. Cade Cunningham, he's got 3. Much more balance for Detroit, shooting just 1 for 3 from the floor, able to spread the shots around tonight. Cunningham's coming off 27 attempted shots in the loss on Saturday. Tyson able to split the free throws. 1-point game, Cunningham past midcourt. Defended by Mitchell. Cunningham drives on Mitchell. Jumper deep to Cunningham. Drills the J. Up by 3 for the Pistons. Charliso, welcome back in. Thanks for joining in. Under 1 minute left to go in the first. Great game so far tonight between these two teams. Looked like Cleveland wanted it more to begin, but the Pistons with a big response. Schroeder went up. Schroeder pinned it off. Danish Jenkins, Mobley, right place, right time, had to chase down the ball. Mobley's 3 left short off a flat, straight line 3. It goes back to the Pistons. Pistons 4 for 7 from 3. Cleveland struggling, just 30% at 3 for 10. Cunningham gave it away to Jenkins. Outside to the top of the key, open 3. Missed off the back rim by Detroit. That was Javonte Green, number 31, who bricked it. Shot clock turned off. Donovan Mitchell, edge of the Cavs logo at midcourt. Final possession here to close out the end of the opening quarter. Mitchell, guarded by Levert. Top of the key off the crossover. Mitchell, 2 seconds left to go. Broke it up out of bounds with a 1.2. And the Cavs will have 1 shot at it to close out the quarter. Tough defense by Karis Levert, former teammate of Donovan Mitchell, former Cleveland Cav. Mitchell been locked up today. No points on the 0 for 4 shooting. Schroeder, near side front court inbound passer. 1.2 seconds left to go. Inbound. Mitchell puts it up at midcourt. Mitchell missed off the back rim. And at the end of the opening quarter, Detroit by 3 at 24-21. What a start in this game between these two teams. What a battle. If you're just joining in, the Cavs looked like they were going to run away with it. They were up 16-5 in the early stage of the first quarter. James Harden was a 3-point machine, buried 3 quick threes, 11 points by Harden. Ausar Thompson got into quick foul trouble, picked up 2 personal fouls, and then a substitution by J.B. Bickerstaff allowed him to substitute Ausar Thompson out of the game, and then came in his spot was Karis Levert. And Karis Levert completely flipped the game on the switch. Plus 14 on the floor for Karis Levert. Showing up in a 2-way game tonight. 8 points, 7 minutes, 2 for 2 from 3, 3 for 4 from the floor. Locking up Donovan Mitchell in the final possession. What a start tonight for Karis Levert. Tobias Harris answering the call. 7 points tonight by Harris, alongside 4 rebounds. Wow, that is just determination and resilience by the Pistons on the road, what they've done so far. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. I plan on being back live tomorrow night covering a T-Wolves against Spurs, so if you guys would like to join in, feel free to do so. Also hoping to cover Game 5 of this series on Wednesday night as well. Yeah, Turtle's doing pretty well, Jimmy. Mr. Top's been pretty well lately. Yeah, I love the 8 o'clock start times for games. It gives me like an extra hour when I get home So when I got home around like 4:30 today, I had dinner and then I got outside, got some nice fresh air. So I was able to put in like an hour worth of exercise walking around today. So I was able to get 8,500 steps in during like an hour span for myself right before game time. Because it's tough to get those steps in during the day because I work a desk job in production at the radio station during the day. So I look forward to coming home um, after work and be able to get outside and get sunlight. Because I actually work in a studio that has no windows. So I see, like, I don't see the sun for most of the day. And actually, today there was no sun because it was cloudy all day. But tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day. It's supposed to be sunny where I am tomorrow. What changed for the Pistons? A slow start offensively and then got their shot making going. 53% for Detroit. After starting off 2 for 7 from the floor, they are now 10 for 19 shooting. Efficient start from 3, 50% even, 4 for 8 from the perimeter. And Cavs got out to a hot start. Cavs started off 5 for 9 shooting. And then ever since, they went 1 for 11 from the floor by Cleveland, 6 for 20 at 30% in the opening quarter. So right now, this game is playing into the favor of Detroit. Detroit, the number one team in fewest points allowed per game in the NBA playoffs. It looked like the Cavs are going to run away with it. Right now, the Pistons up by 3, and they add to it. Levert, 2 more inside. They key off the runner. Karis Levert is now a plus 16 on the floor since he has checked in the spot of Thompson. 10 points in 7 minutes by Levert. Missed 3 by the Cavs, skidded off the rim and out of bounds. And Donovan Mitchell having a tough time tonight. No point shooting, 0 for 6 from the floor. James Harden, the number 2 guy, set the tone early on. He's been great for the Cavs. On the other side, the number 2 guy, Tobias Harris, he's been great for the Pistons. Cunningham out to a slow start for the number 1 option with 5 points tonight in 9 minutes. Only attempted 4 shots in the first quarter. But you look down at the bench, Karis Levert. In this game so far, he has been the difference maker in this matchup. Jobo, welcome back in. Pistons up by 5, they get the possession. Levert, inbound off to Cunningham. On the floor alongside Robinson. Jalen Duren, who powers his way down low and scores up and it off the window. Fifth player in the court alongside those 4 are Ron Holland. This is part of an 18-3 run in the last 6 minutes and 45 seconds for the Pistons. Merrill slides it on top. 3-point shot straight away. Mobley buries it. Really needed that one there for Cleveland. That stops a lengthy scoring drought for the Cavs. Evan Mobley's got 7. Duren, handoff Robinson. Straight line dribble drive. Robinson, runner off the back rim, no good. Followed by Merrill. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line here by Robinson. Yeah, Jalen Duren going to work down low. That's a great sign for a Pistons team that had been struggling with Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren, solid player in the regular season. In the playoffs, he had struggled. First free throw, Robinson pinwheeled out. Yeah, if you're JB Bickerstaff, I don't think you play Oscar Thompson for the remaining part of this game unless you build up a large lead. Because right now, Oscar Thompson, when he was on the floor, he picked up 2 fouls in 5 minutes, and they were a minus 11 when he played. Second free throw is good. Handoff Mitchell around the perimeter. Reach and fall charge to Holland. Cavs in the regular season with Sam Merrill 37 and 15. Without Sam Merrill 15 and 15. Sam Merrill missed the game 2 of the series. Sharp shooter, sniper type of player. 38% from 3 this season coming off the bench by Merrill. Mitchell 0 for 6. Off fake Mitchell. Dish outside. Strus in the 3. Strus hits bottom. Buries the triple. That's a major 3 right there by Max Strus. And all of a sudden, the Cavs starting to feel it from the floor last couple of shots. Karis Levert circles his way at the free throw circle. Launches the jumper. 15-footer. Connects on it. Karis Levert, big time game to begin tonight. 12 points in 9 minutes. Been the X factor in this matchup. Mobley wide open, soars up and stripped to the bounds. Wow. That looked like he should have had an open slam dunk. Great recovery defensively by the Pistons. Evan Mobley had a wide open driving lane. And then he released the basketball into a slam dunk motion. It went behind his back, and since he did that, the Pistons from behind were able to strip him. Yeah, great strip by Levert. Man, Karis Levert's been the player of the game so far. Off the inbound, Strus brick the 3. Rebound, controlled by Thompson. Now pay attention to this. Also, Thompson back on the floor. A big negative on the court tonight. Missed 3 quickly. Up the court by Levert. Mitchell, baseline dribble, bounce pass left corner into the hands to Strus. Strus off balance. A terrible shot. What in the world was that? It was in between a shot and a lob, but here goes Strus looking to redeem himself. He does! Off a steal in the backcourt, and he soars up like Superman and throws it down with a one-handed finish. Max Strus, off the horrific shot attempt, just redeemed himself with a steal and the slam. Missed 3. Up the floor by the Pistons. Rebound went to Mitchell. Mitchell dribbles inside the key. A skip past the wing. Harden extra pass. Merrill on a 3. Buries the triple. Bang, a bang, a bang, a Sam Merrill rattles in the 3. And the Cavs, just like that, on an 11-3 run in a 2-minute span. Max Strus, the steal and the dunk in the backcourt. And then Donovan Mitchell sends it out to the wing. James Harden, the extra pass outside, setting up Merrill. Trifecta from the perimeter. And just like that, the Cavs on a 5-zip run in a 15-second span. What a game tonight. Absolutely incredible ball movement. Just unselfish basketball there by James Harden with that extra pass assist. Wow, Max Strus. Massive steal, able to redeem himself, and that was the possession right after he floated a terrible shot up. It looked like it was in between a lob to Mobley and a off-balance shot attempt with like a hook shot. It went off the right side of the glass, and then the Pistons came away with the ball, and they lost it in the backcourt. Merrill picked it up. Merrill dribbled, head full of steam to the cup, and jammed it down with authority. Strus jammed it down with authority. It was Max Strus. Merrill had the previous 3 that he rattled in before that. James, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Jay Ramirez, welcome back in, bud. Hey, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Wow, 12 million. Yeah, tough for midnight start times, or working a midnight shift there for an 8 o'clock start time. I hear you, man. Yeah, it depends on what times your work related shifts are and stuff like that. Yeah, I start at 8 in the morning, so I can't. If you guys didn't know, I'm actually a Celtics fan. When the Celtics play late games at like Denver or Phoenix in the regular season, Clippers, Lakers, I can't really cover those streams because they usually start like when I'm like basically in bed at halftime during those games, like 10:30. Yeah, Lakers game tonight, super late my time. So I'm on EST, Eastern Standard Time. That game does not start till 10:30 tonight. Yeah, it's at 12.5 tonight. Yeah, OKC has blown out the Lakers consistently in that series. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked actually that it's not like 14.5 or so, based on how OKC is blowing out the doors of the Lakers. Like OKC is just rotating in bodies. They're just so deep, like right down the roster. Yeah, nothing by Mitchell tonight. Gotta give props to Karis Levert. Karis Levert has locked up Donovan Mitchell in this game. 1 point lead for the Cavs. Cade Cunningham drives inside the key, lobs it off to Thompson. Thompson scores the two. Also, Thompson, to that point of the game, was a minus 16 when he has been on the floor. Now a minus 14. Mobley tiptoes the baseline, gets the way off to Harden. Harden tees up the three straight away around the rim and out. Batted out to Harden for the offensive rebounds. Harden at the top. Whistle and a foul. Reach and call, charge to the Pistons. Yeah, kind of caught me off guard, that steal and dunk that Max Strus flew up in the air like that. That was sensational. Wow, we got 300 plus watching right now. You guys, the real Legends MVPs out here to stream. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Duncan Robinson just picked up the reach and fall. That's his second personal. Harden, inbound, kicked ball off of Cunningham. They'll try again. Yeah, hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one today. Type it in, Pistons or Cavs. Inbound goes to Mobley. 12 in the timer into the hands to Harden. On the floor alongside Merrill, Wade, and Schroeder. Jab step Harden. 5 of the shot clock. Harden drives up to the low block. Takes on Robinson. Slides it outside. Merrill launches the three. Sam Merrill again. Trifecta from the perimeter. Sam Merrill coming off the bench. 2 made threes tonight. Also Thompson slides it off to Cunningham on the floor alongside Duran, Harris, and Robinson. A turnover on Duran inside the key. Up the floor goes Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder dribbles back out to the wing, into the hands to Harden. Harden attacks the paint, kick out, corner, Wade, extra pass, Merrill again. Merrill off the back rim, no good, missed the three this time, and the rebound goes to Harris. Harris goes up the floor, lob down low, and they score up and through. Good for two, past the defense by Duran. Tie game at 35. 7:20 left to go before halftime. Harden gets it away. Merrill keeps on firing. Off the back rim again, missed another three. Made his first two, missed his second two. And the rebound back it goes to the Pistons. On top, Thompson, lob down low. Duran, bounce pass, broke it up, stolen by Mobley. Bad extra bounce pass there through too much traffic by the Pistons. Just trying to do a little bit too much off of that possession. Dennis Schroeder dribbles back out to the wing. Jacks up the three. Schroeder off the mark, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Harris controls it. Referees let them play on that possession. Cunningham off the Euro step. Cunningham to the rim. Score it. And the foul. And the one covered up with a free throw line for Cade Cunningham. That breaks the tie as he attacks straight line on Dennis Schroeder, who picked up the shooting foul, and off the Euro step gutted the drop. Free throw is good. Wow, seems like I'm ahead compared to a lot of people. Yeah, I guess it depends on what network you go through. So, for what it sounds like, because I'm getting this game through NBC Boston. Usually they're 10 seconds faster than NBC Providence on my end. Schroeder, rainbow three, buries it. Tied up at 38. Pass midcourt with Harris. It's a positive sign. Dennis Schroeder making an impact off the bench for the Cavs. He has got his first made triple tonight with 5. Kick out corner Thompson. Handoff Cunningham. Baseline dribble for Cade. Cade down low finds Thompson. Missed the mark of the pass that sailed out of bounds. Turnover on the Pistons. Why make that pass with 1.4 in the shot clock? Ausar Thompson has had a tough time tonight on the floor. If you're just joining in, the Cavs looked like they were going to run away with this game. They were up 16-5 in the first quarter. Ausar Thompson got pulled from the game and benched after picking up 2 personal fouls in the first 5 minutes. Ausar Thompson is a minus 15 tonight on the floor. Caris Levert then came in, became a positive plus. Caris Levert off the bench is a plus 10. Dennis Schroeder attacks the paint, lost it, turned it over. Harris up the floor off the steal, finds Levert. Levert attacks the paint, right to the rim, scores, up and in, off the window. Good for 2 more by Levert. Caris Levert, X Factor tonight, 14 points in 10 minutes. Back and forth we go. Harden at the wing, takes on Jenkins, crossover, dribbles up inside the key, bobbled it, lost it, turnover by James Harden. Harris again with another steal. Tobias Harris with a pair of steals tonight, in through traffic. It's Duren who drew the reach and foul. I believe it was on Schroeder who picked up the reach and foul. The Cavs getting careless with a basketball last couple possessions. Point guard play, halting them with the previous 2 possessions. Schroeder with a turnover, and then Harden dribbled it off his shoe. So I haven't said the big ew just yet for James Harden, but if that was at a critical time of the game, that probably would have warranted the big ew in response right there. He dribbled it off his shoe off the previous possession and turned it over. Inbound for the Pistons. Yeah, Tobias Harris used to play for the Sixers. Tobias Harris soars up, blocked to the summit. Put back is good though by Stewart. Wow. Able to generate 2 off that possession. Looked like Tobias Harris was going to fly over and dunk that ball. Cavs were able to rotate nicely at the rim and come up with a block off the backside, but the ball ricocheted back to Stewart and was able to put it up and in for the bucket. 4-point lead for the Pistons, 42-38. We're going to head to a timeout on the floor. Actually, it's not going to get statted as a block. It's going to get statted as Tobias Harris makes driving dunk. Or misses Tobias Harris missed driving dunk off the rim, and then Stewart was able to put it back up and in and score it. So right now, 4-point lead for the Pistons with just about 5 minutes left to go before half. Hopefully I can get Mr. Tops on here at halftime. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. I plan on being back live tomorrow night covering T-Wolves against Spurs. That's a really good series. This is a really good series. I'm hoping to cover both of these teams once again on Wednesday for the next game. Yeah, what a start tonight. James Harden started off with 11 points. He's the only guy in double figures for the Cavs. On the other side, Caris Levert's been an X factor. 14 points right now by Levert. Yeah, Levert's been special tonight. Yeah, Tobias Harris, solid playoffs that he's had. He's got 8 straight games scoring at least 20 points. Like, he's been a consistent, 20, 21, 22-point player throughout the majority of this playoffs. Good for him, because he took a lot of crap when he used to play for Philly. Philadelphia fans did not like him and hated to have him on the team. And all it takes is just kind of like a new side of life, being in a different organization and having that opportunity to shine in a different organization. And it's great to see that he's shining here with Detroit. Idlat, welcome in. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's got to get something tonight. Nothing right now for Mitchell. No points, 0 for 6 shooting, 0 for 3 from 3. Only down by 4 at home. You got to figure that he's going to come alive. He's the top player in the NBA in the fourth quarter in points per game in the fourth. So he's going to eventually start to get into a rhythm and come alive here in half two. Yeah, that was before Simmons got traded to Brooklyn, and that was a huge mess. I remember 2022, the Celtics Nets series. A lot of people bet against the Celtics. The Celtics were the 2 seed. Brooklyn was the 7. Brooklyn's big three, Durant, Harden, Ben Simmons, they were injured or didn't play. Or no, it was Harden wasn't on that team, I don't think, that year. It was Durant. I think it was Durant, Kyrie, and Simmons. And yeah, they were missing a bunch of games. And then they came back for the playoffs, and Ben Simmons did not come back for the playoffs. As Mobley scores up and it off the as he's able to rattle it in for 2 with a layup. 2-point game. Yeah, a lot of people thought that Ben Simmons was going to return for that series, and a lot of Brooklyn fans were delusional. They thought that the Nets would get Simmons back and that he would return after being down 0-3 and they would come back and win the series. And they lost the series by a combined 18 points, getting swept in 4 games in that series. That's how close all the games were. Jason Tatum scored the game-winning layup in the first round in 2022 over Brooklyn. I remember calling that. That was an unbelievable series. Even it went to a sweep. Just this one stream tonight. I'm on East Coast time, like Boston, New York time. So, by the time this game gets done, it's like 11 o'clock on my end, and I get up at like 6:45 in the morning. So just this one stream tonight. Yeah, I usually never take like 10 o'clock streams because those end at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's not good to be going on like 3 hours of sleep before work the next day. Yeah, OKC should be able to win that game, no problem. First shot missed at the line by Mitchell. Mitchell's still looking for his first point, and he finally gets it. So second free throw is good. Keys, thanks for joining in. Ask on the stream, welcome on board. Pistons with possession. Karis Levert's driving inside the key. Floats up the shot, missed off the rim. Rebound Allen, and loose ball foul attached to this play, charged to Stewart. So, it's going to stay Cavs ball, down by 1. Isaiah Stewart clobbered Jared Allen on the face. Handful of Stewart right on the face of Allen, going up for the rebound. Stewart with his second personal foul. Handoff Mitchell, yet to make a field goal. Cross court into the hands to Harden. Harden takes on Green, slides it on top. Max Strus, dribble, drive, stripped going up, stripped off his knee, out of bounds. Turnover by the Cavs. Cavs did a pretty solid job most of this first half, taking care of the basketball. All of a sudden, they've got now 7 total turnovers. Or 6 total turnovers at the moment. Harris, a ring around the Rosie, buries the J. Tobias Harris covered alive right now. 4-point lead for the Pistons. That's a 3. He's up to double figures now with 10. 3.5 left to go before halftime. Cavs with possession. James Harden crossing the midcourt logo. Harden taking on Harris one-on-one at the top of the key. Harden drives inside the key. Gets past Harris off the dribble. Missed off the glass. Harden draws the foul. 2 shots coming up at the line. Cavs in the bonus now. And that's on Isaiah Stewart again. And that's personal foul number 3, picked up, charged to Stewart. So this is what it looks like currently for Pistons foul trouble. Isaiah Stewart, 3 personal fouls, 2 fouls each by Oscar Thompson and Duncan Robinson. And then the Cavs have just 1 player with 2 fouls. That is Sam Merrill, who has 2. Free throws both go down. by Harden. Cuts the deficit down to 2. Pistons with possession. Harris Levert at the wing of the perimeter. Dribbles towards his left, slides it off to Harris. Into the hands to Cunningham. Cade Cunningham tonight, slow start offensively, just 8 at the moment. Jumper, elbow, connects on it. 2 more added to his total for Cade. Up to double figures now with 10. Pocket pass finds Mobley. Kick out, corner, 3, and Mitchell buries the triple. Nice little inside to outside ball movement there by the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell finally his first made field goal in the night. And they're only down by 1. Very lucky that they're hanging in this game when Mitchell has been a non-factor offensively. Harris at the top of the key. He takes on Mobley 1-on-1, backpedals out to the wing. Harris dribbles up to the elbow, leaner inside. Harris got the bounce. 2 more by Tobias Harris. Good start by him tonight in this game. Harris finds his way up to 12. Mitchell, kick out, corner, 3, and Max Strus off the back rim, no good. Big rebound halted by Allen. Allen muscles one off the glass. Couldn't score it, but drew the shooting foul. 2 shots coming up on the free throw line by Jared Allen. First free throw is good. Jalen Durden just picked up his second personal foul. Yeah, Pistons try to play their style, which is physical lockdown defense, but the referees are calling these fouls against the Pistons tonight. What's good, Tony? Welcome back in, bud. Second free throw by Allen. That is good. Right now, Cavs within striking distance, down by 1. If you're just joining in, looked like Cavs at first were going to run away with this game. They led 16-5 in the early first quarter. James Harden was a 3-point machine turning back the clock in the first couple minutes. Cunningham at the baseline takes on Mitchell. Turnaround jumper by Cade off the rim, no good. Follow through missed off the mark by Levert. Back out to the perimeter as Harris came out with an offensive rebound. Corner 3, Levert off the back rim. Offensive rebound again by Harris. Harris slides it off to Cade. 10 in the timer. 90 seconds left to go before halftime. Cunningham attacks. Kick out, wing, a 3. Levert buries the J. Karis Levert able to splash down the triple. Karis Levert been special in his first half. 17 points off the bench. Mitchell, step back 3. Off the back rim, no good. Batted up to Strus, offensive rebound. Mitchell, push pass. Harden drives, attacks. Harden draws the foul. 2 more free throws coming up here at the line for the Cavs. James Harden heading to the free throw line. Yeah, both of these teams, last possession, able to thrive upon those offensive rebound opportunities. That's on Levert. That was a tough call going against Levert there. He was trying to get the tie-up to be forced. First free throw is good by Harden. Second shot is good. In the backcourt, Cavs pick up a bad foul, reaching in charge to Max Strus, and the Pistons are in the bonus. Yeah, Pistons have barely gone to the line tonight. 2 for 3 at the free throw line. He's going to get free throws. So Cade Cunningham's going to shoot 2 at the line as Max Strus picked up the personal. First one's good. Yeah, not much rebounds at all for the Cavs as a team. Jared Allen's got 3. Yeah, Mobley with just 1 so far. A lot of those shots that the Cavs have missed, they've been, like, off the back rim long tonight. So there really hasn't been much, like, that's been rebounded at the rim. Like, everything's been, like, tapped back to the perimeter for a lot of stuff tonight. Harden, pocket pass, Mobley outside into the corner to Mitchell. Bounce pass and broke it up. Mitchell dives into hardwood, and he was out of bounds. Tried to save it at the baseline. It will go back to the Pistons. Yeah, Tobias Harris tonight scrapping for rebounds, generating 2 offensive rebounds. He's got 9 of them so far. Pistons with possession, top of the key, Harris. Harris drives a Mobley, gets downhill to the rim, soars up and scores with a left-hand layup. 56-50. Tobias Harris having a solid game, almost a double-double, 14-9 right now for Harris. James Harden slows down tempo. Guarded by Robinson around the perimeter. Harden drives inside the key, bounce pass, underneath Mobley, shuts the door with a two-handed flush. Nice backdoor cutter right there with a jam by Evan Mobley. Cade Cunningham runs over one defender, no call to the referees as he took over Mitchell, missed the jumper at the buzzer. And at the end of the first half of action, been a physical battle tonight. 56-52 as we go into halftime. Yeah, Cade is frustrated. He thought that should have been defensive on a personal foul on Mitchell. And Cade Cunningham ran right over Mitchell. And referees didn't call anything. Did not look like Mitchell was even close to being set, though. They just let him play on, and that's how we ended the first half as Cunningham missed the jumper. Wow, what a battle tonight. Caris Levert, he has been the X factor in this game. Plus 14 on the floor, 17 points in 16 minutes. How this game started, it was not a good sign for the Pistons. It looked like they could have got run out of the gym in the first quarter. James Harden turned back the clock, looked like classic James Harden. James Harden made 3 threes in the early first quarter, had 11 points in like the first 5 minutes of the game, and they were up 16-5 to the first time out. And then Alsar Thompson picks up his second personal foul, substitutes out. Caris Levert comes in, and Caris Levert all of a sudden becomes like a plus 10, plus 13, plus 16 at one point on the floor. Ends up going into halftime at plus 14 on the floor for Caris Levert. So they've got a guy who pops off the bench tonight. First couple of games in the series, it was Danish Jenkins. Tonight, it's Caris Levert with over a point a minute, 17 points in 16 minutes. And Tobias Harris playing fairly well. 14 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, having a consistent playoffs for Tobias Harris as a solid number 2 option behind Cade Cunningham. Cade with 12 at halftime, 5 assists, just 1 turnover. Cade doing a great job bouncing back tonight. Stuhab, welcome in. This game, if you're from the U.S., it's on NBC. So it's on NBC in the U.S. I'm not sure where you can get it internationally. Let's see. If you're from the Philippines, it looks like it's on NBA TV Philippines tonight for this game. One Sports and streaming on Filipinas tonight as well. Filipinas Live, it looks like. Apologies for the pronunciation if it's off or so. It's Pili, not a Phili. I wonder what the Lakers game is, because I know a lot of Lakers fans are from the Philippines. I wonder what that will be on tonight out in the Philippines. NBA TV Philippines. Looks like they have their own channel. Channel 262 HD, it looks like. Yeah, both of these games tonight, this one and then Thunder Lakers are both on NBC. Wow, just a great game so far between these two. Harden turned back the clock early on. Evan Mobley, positive sign for him. He's got 11. They're only down by 4 for the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell struggled in the first half. Harris Levert just locking down Mitchell two-way in this game. So Levert's taken on Mitchell quite a bit tonight and locked him down. Mitchell just 4 points tonight in 19 minutes. Yeah, this is a big response here. Former Cav now playing for the Pistons and making a big response in this game. Hey, what's good? Seagull, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. I'll see if I can get Mr. Tops here in a couple minutes. Yes, Mr. Tops doing well. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe right now at halftime. Yeah, Pistons had a lot of turnovers at first for them. They had like 10 turnovers. Cavs had 3 at the time. Cavs have 8 now at halftime. So the Cavs have turned it over 5 additional times. Um, Shaky towards the end of the second quarter there with their point guard play. They had back-to-back turnovers at one point. Dennis Schroeder had a turnover where he gets stripped, driving inside, and then the following possession, James Harden dribbled off his shoe and turned it over. So just they're gonna have to settle down for them. They've had some turnover issues throughout the playoffs for them. But yeah, huge game tonight, especially for Cleveland. Cleveland's perfect at home, so trying to keep their perfect streak alive. If they lose this one, I feel like it's going to be tough for them to be able to pull out the series because when you go down 3-1, it's very difficult. I mean, it's still not impossible, but you have to go to Detroit 2 more times. Seagull with a dono. Let's get that dono hype for Seagull. You the legend, brother. Appreciate it, Seagull. Let's see. Teams that go up 3-1 win approximately 95% of the time with a 3 to 1 win rate after game 4. All right, gonna see if I can go get Mr. Tops, and then I'll be back in just a moment. Big shout out from Alan here out in the Philippines. Glad to have you support on the channel here out from the Philippines. You guys legends, MVPs out in the Philippines. And gonna get Mr. Tops. We'll be right back. All right, here you go, Mr. Tops. Mr. Tops is sleeping behind the wood stove, so he was keeping nice and warm. Here we go, buddy. What a game we've got here, the playoffs. I know, you turned the page to the Celtics off season. I know, buddy. He's got a big tail. That means he might need to go to the bathroom soon. But there he is. Siegel put a couple donations in for you, so we're going to take good care of you. We got the lettuce fund going on, buddy. So say thank you to Siegel. There you go. Good job, buddy. And that is Mr. Tops. He's a good boy today. Looks like he's fast with his claws. He wants both of these teams to play faster. Yep, he's got his mouth open. He wants these teams to keep on playing physical. Good job, buddy. All right, I'm going to put back Mr. Tops as his tail is getting pretty big, so he might need to use the restroom in a couple moments. So I'm going to put him back, and then we'll be back in at halftime in a couple minutes. All right now at halftime. What's good, Risso? Welcome back in. Thanks for joining back in. Hopefully everybody having a nice night tonight. Early May on Monday here. Hoping to be back live tomorrow covering T-Wolves Spurs. That's been a really good series itself. Both series matchups, this one and then the T-Wolves Spurs one, both have potential to go to a Game 7. I hope at least one of them does go to a Game 7, so it's not like there's a bunch of series matchups that end at the end of the week. I think if all the series matchups end ahead of time, I think the conference finals can start like a day or two earlier than what it usually is on the schedule. So the Knicks are awaiting whoever wins the series of this matchup. Yeah, I think Mr. Tops had to use the bathroom. His tail felt bigger than usual for him. And he was in a pretty deep sleep too, keeping warm in the corner next to the wood stove that we have. Yeah, it's still quite chilly where we are. It's supposed to get back to like the mid-30s tonight. Because we've been putting together like a garden outside, and we've had to take some stuff in because it's been like cold down to like 28, 30 degrees on some of these nights. 300 plus watching. You guys, the real MVPs, legends out here on the channel. If you enjoyed the stream, keep on smashing the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Helps out this video a ton being found on YouTube. And next matchup between these two teams, Game 5 is on Wednesday. I'm hoping to be back live for these two teams as well on Wednesday. And tomorrow night, hoping to cover another great T-Wolves Spurs game. What a series that is. It's tied up at 2-2. Ant-Man took over the fourth quarter, able to come back and win last night. Wemby got ejected a flagrant 2 early on in the second quarter. And tonight, what a battle we've had between these two teams. Karis Levert, an X-Factor off the bench for the Pistons, the former Cav. 17 points in 16 minutes, 3 made threes, 7 for 12 shooting, a plus 14 on the floor. Cade Cunningham with 12. Tobias Harris, solid game by him. He's got 14 points tonight. Pistons plus 10 points in the paint, 22-12. Evan Mobley, pretty solid game by him, already double figures with 11. 2 blocks, 2 steals by Mobley. Donovan Mitchell has to get going, though. He has just 4. James Harden turned back the clock in the early stage of this game. 15 points. He scored 11 points in the first 6 minutes tonight. So here we go. Start to the third quarter. Duncan Robinson, the inbound passer, sends it off to Cunningham. Right to left on the floor with the Pistons as they have the first possession to begin the third. Robinson, Cunningham, Harris, Thompson, in Duran, the 5 of the court. Cunningham gets it away to Harris, sends it off to the corner. Thompson, handoff, Harris. Harris working on Harden, dribbles up to the elbow, rises for the jumper, airballed it out of bounds. Rydog, welcome back in. Thanks for joining in, bud. Cleveland will go left to right on the floor. Cavs shooting just 39% in this game. Evan Mobley on the floor alongside Mitchell, Harden, Wade, and Allen. Harden, guarded by Harris at the wing. Harden dribbles up, bounce pass, finds Mitchell, runner inside the key, gutted a drop, it's good for 2. That's a positive sign for Donovan Mitchell. One of the top scorers in the league in second half points. He leads the league in fourth quarter points per game, and great start by him to get his first field goal to drop down in the opening minute. Harris left the 3 short, battle for the rebound, picked up by Dean Wade. On the defensive board, Mitchell has it up the floor. Dribbles, drives, working on Cunningham. Off the runner, count it, and 1. Covered up with a free throw line by Spider Mitchell. Look who just arrived. It's a tie game, a 4-zip individual run by Donovan Mitchell. Confidence booster for the Cavs. Couldn't ask for a better start than that. Struggled all first half to find a rhythm. And right now, he's got half of the points that he scored in the first half just from the first minute and 8 seconds in this third quarter. Free throw is good. 1-point lead by Cleveland, 5-zip run by Mitchell. Cunningham, straight line dribble drive, runner right back, missed off the back rim. Detroit out to a slow start. Rebound again went to Wade. Mitchell bumped at midcourt, fell down, no call with the refs. Mobley. Kick out corner, Wade outside Harden. Extra pass, Mitchell. Open 3. Buries the triple. Bang, a bang, a bang for Spider Mitchell. Timeout on the floor taken by Detroit. An individual 8-zip run by Donovan Mitchell in a 56-second span. Ball movement. Harden, the unselfish play. Extra pass made to find the open man, Donovan Mitchell, to cash in the open triple. What a start right now for the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell, just like that, went into halftime with 4 points, and now it's 12. 8-zip run in a 56-second clip. Mitchell becomes the 3rd player right now in double figures tonight for Cleveland. 15 by Harden, Mitchell with 12, Mobley with 11. They got their big 3 going. Harry, welcome back in. I basically was like outside the whole day. So, my mom actually was with my sister for most of the day. Yesterday they had tickets to go see a show. It's at the Providence Performing Arts Center, so they have season tickets to go there. It's short for PPAC, what they call it. So they were at the show for most of the day, and then we had dinner when she got home, and then I had to stream later at night, and then we after I finished streaming, I think we had like tea and cookies at night too. What a game we got here currently. That was some nice ball movement by the Cavs. If you guys enjoyed the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Man, I love these playoff games when they're like this, close competitive games. I'm not sure if it's going to be like that tonight in the next one, Thunder against Lakers, but this has been one heck of a series. Like, I'm glad that we should be getting, like, multiple games out of this series. This one and then the Spurs T-Wolves. World Turtle Day, interesting. Started in 2000, sponsored by American Tortoise Rescue. Wow, that's interesting. Never knew about that seagull. So right now, all of a sudden, this is a 4-point lead for Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell has come alive. Individual 8-zip run by himself to start off the third quarter. Detroit struggling to get into an offensive rhythm, taking a couple tough shots to begin this quarter. Cade Cunningham gets the inbound. We get back to action. Screen gets set by Harris. Cunningham at the top takes on Harden one-on-one. Jacks up the three, contested over Harden, off the mark. Rebound, secure by Mobley. That's just a tough shot right there by Cade. Mobley at the far side finds Harden. Screen set by Wade. Harden dribbles up, drives inside the key. Harden, dump off, down low. Allen scores, up and it off the window. Nice assist there by James Harden. 10-zip run by Cleveland, finding their groove. James Harden almost a double-double. 15 points alongside 9 assists tonight. And James Harden brings the double. Sees Jared Allen rolling to the hoop, shovels it right over to Allen to score the 2. These guys are keyed in right now for the Cavs. And the Pistons pick up the offensive foul, turnover by Detroit. Tobias Harris away from the play before the inbound, knocking down. Oh no, that's Jalen Duren. Yep, that's Jalen Duren who knocked out Harden. Harris was trying to come around it, and Jalen Duren just picked up his third personal foul. Yeah, that's uncalled for. Like, they didn't even inbound the basketball yet. You pick up an offensive foul, trying to free up Harris. Evan Mobley at the wing, handoff Mitchell around the perimeter. Outside goes to Harden. James Harden, guarded by Robinson, bounce pass, gets the way to Wade. Wade stripped, lost it, got it back. Resilient possession for the Cavs. 2 at a timer. Half the launch. Harden, bounce pass down low. Mobley, turnaround, short. And it's a shot clock violation charged to the Cavs. I think it's going to be the Knicks with more firepower. Knicks started off 9 for 10 in that game from 3 against Philly. If the Knicks shoot the ball like that in that game 4 sweep, then they look like they're going to be unstoppable in the Eastern Conference. Defense started to clamp up right now for Cleveland. Up the floor with Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell around the perimeter. Slows down tempo there. 4 for 5 shooting this quarter. Detroit 0 for 5. Mitchell towards his right. Jacks up the 3. Buries the J. Donovan Mitchell hits bottom. Able to sizzle the triple. Cavs right now finding their rhythm. Finding their groove. 15 points. 11 this quarter by Spida Mitchell. And Cunningham's pass got picked off by Mobley. Mitchell up the floor off to Harden. James Harden off the crossover. Drives out Robinson. Dish outside to the corner. Extra pass made off to Mobley. Dribble, drive, outside 3 at the wing. James Harden buries it. Cleveland exploding in the third quarter. Largest lead tonight for the Cavs. James Harden turning back the clock. 8:16 left to go in the third quarter. The drive and the kick. Evan Mobley assisting off to Harden. Able to pull the trigger and knock down the three ball. Cleveland finding their groove. James Harden. Fourth made three tonight. He's got 18. So we head over to the timeout. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the BTAB brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. What a game tonight right now for Cleveland, bouncing back in the second half. This is wow. Yeah, I just noticed that. Al Nair, thanks for pointing that out. I just looked to the third quarter box score, and yeah, that is not a typo. Cleveland is on a 16-0 run to start off the third quarter. That's insane. Detroit cannot buy a bucket. Taking a lot of contested, tough looks for the Pistons. And the Cavs are moving the basketball, finding open shots and drilling open threes. Entire starting five is a plus. Pretty big plus. That's a big woof for Ausar Thompson. Ausar Thompson is a minus 31 for him. Like, that's bad. Like, I had said when Ausar Thompson picked up his second foul that JB Bickerstaff shouldn't even play him the rest of the game. Just give those minutes to Karis Levert and the other guys. Karis Levert, Danish Jenkins has had a couple of good playoff games 1 and 2. And the game 7 against the Magic, he also played well. And Paul Reed, he scored double figures the last game. He's only played 1 minute tonight. And like, why not give Levert more of a run and just bench Thompson for the rest of the game? Because Ausar Thompson is a horrific minus 31. So if you're just joining back in, if you just missed like the first 3+ minutes to begin this third quarter, the Pistons cannot buy a bucket. And the ball is zipping around left and right for Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell started off in an individual 8-zip run to begin the third quarter. And then James Harden, just a moment ago, able to bury a three off an Evan Mobley assist, a drive and kick out to the wing. Cavs have got it going. Like, they are finding open shots. Cleveland's taking a bunch of contested looks, and they keep on breaking. This is a 16-0 start in the third quarter for the Cavs. 68-56, 16-0 run. Cunningham, cross-court, picked off by Mitchell. Adding insult to injury as they turn it over. Mitchell at the wing, slows down tempo. Up by 12, Mitchell, crossover, step back three in the air over Harris, he buries it. Spider Mitchell, take it off, flying high in the third quarter. Part of a 19-0 run by Cleveland to begin the third. Karis Levert, back on the floor, replacing Thompson. Bobble by Paul Reed, got it back in the midcourt logo. Paul Reed dribbles up, thought about the jumper, instead hesitated, made the extra pass. Jenkins, 3 in the shot clock. Jenkins, get that out of there! Humongous block by Jared Allen. Holy moly, Jared Allen soars up and blocks that right into the front row of the seats. Inbound, fall away, not even close. Danish Jenkins overshoots the rim by a mile. It's an air ball. It's an air ball shot clock 24-second violation. There's a reason why this Cleveland Cavaliers team has yet to lose at home. Perfect 5-0 at home, about to be 6-0. Mobley. Bounce pass into the hands to Mitchell. Towards his left at the wing of the perimeter. Mitchell slows it down. Donovan Mitchell on the outside. Take it on Levert. 1-on-1. Step back three. 30-footer. Almost made it. Left it off the rim short. And a loose ball foul charge to Paul Reed. Detroit has zero momentum. Pressure on Detroit coming up for the Game 6. Or the Game 5. Haven't gotten that far just yet. The Game 5 coming up on Wednesday. I'll be live for that one too. But I'll also be live tomorrow for the Game 5 between Minnesota and San Antonio. Inbound goes to Harden. Harden, far side corner. Dribbles up to the elbow. Shovel pass down low. Allen bulldozes his way. Soars up and dunks it with a left-handed flush. Jared Allen, an absolute monster. Tying a franchise playoff record on a 21-0 scoring run. That ties a franchise playoff record back in 1997. Harris looking to end the run. No good. Missed it at the low block. Tipped off the glass. Loose ball foul charge to Cleveland here. Holy smokes. I don't know what ignites the Cavs in the second half, like it's a motivational halftime speech or something like that, but I've seen this out of the Cavs multiple times this playoffs. Game 7 against Toronto. Previous game that I streamed, I think that was game 2. They were struggling early, came back and made it a contest in the second half. Bobbled, stolen. Bad pass by Cunningham, taken away by the Cavs off the steal. Mobley backs his way, working on Levert, inside the key. Evan Mobley flings it outside into the hands to Mitchell. Mitchell glides, spin cycle. Mitchell puts up the shot, got it! Donovan Mitchell puts it on turbo off a cyclone, able to bury it through for 2. 16 this quarter, 20 in the game for Spida Mitchell. Paul Reed dunks it, showing his frustration for his team, and it finally ends a 23-0 scoring drought. Here goes Mitchell, dribble, drive, right down the lane inside, he scores, up and off the backboard. 19-point lead, Spida Mitchell going nuclear in this third quarter as the Cavs basically making everything, and Paul Reed is starting to drill some stuff. Jumper is good by Reed. He has the previous 5 for the Pistons. Mitchell, crossover. Mitchell looking to get some more, and he draws the shooting foul. 2 more free throws coming up here at the line for Donovan Mitchell. Holy smokes. 25-5. Third quarter box score for the Cavs. Paul Reed with all 5 points in the third. Wow. Spida Mitchell just puts it into another gear in the second half. Two free throws here coming up by Mitchell. First one's good. If you're just joining in, Donovan Mitchell had 4 points going into halftime. Right now, he has 23. Second free throw by Mitchell. That is good. Certified bucket getter in the second half. 10 for 12 shooting by Cleveland. Detroit's only made 2 field goals, both by Paul Reed this half. Jumper, mid-range, Levert, score it, and 1. Free throw coming up at the line for Caris Levert. As strange as this game has been, and that they're down by 15 points, Caris Levert is plus 11 right now on the floor. Also, Thompson is a minus 31. Also, JB Bickerstaff made the mistake by starting Oscar Thompson to begin the third quarter. And then Cleveland got on an individual 8-zip run by Donovan Mitchell to the first timeout, and then they got on a 15-0 run. 15-0 run to the second timeout. The run expanded to 23-0. 23-zip run until Paul Reed was able to throw down a slam dunk, which ended the franchise playoff record 23-0 run. Mitchell, crossover, dribbles inside the key, teardrop runner, got the bounce. Donovan Mitchell doing everything tonight. 16-point lead. Everything all in his third quarter, basically, for him. 21 out of 25 in the third. 4.5 left to go in the third. Jenkins slides it off towards his left. Paul Reed at the top. Reed gets it away into the hands to Robinson. He is hounded by Merrill. Merrill picks up the reach and foul. Yeah, if Levert was having a normal game, this would look like Mavs versus Suns Game 7 from a few years back, where the Mavs devoured the Suns in that Game 7 matchup. The Suns went out sad that game, and that honestly probably looked like the Knicks-Hawks in the final matchup in that series. That was a sad way that Atlanta went out. Inbound goes to Jenkins. Outside, Levert has some space, dribbles up, drives into Harden, inside a key, kiss off the glass as he scores it off the window. Harris Levert plus 10, or plus 12 as he scored that bucket. He's a plus 12 of the floor. Everybody else a minus. Besides Ron Holland, a plus 3, who only played 5 minutes. Danish Jenkins, plus 5 for him tonight. Merrill fires the 3, off the mark, no good. Reed controls the defensive board. Yeah, quick turnaround for these two teams going back to Detroit for a Game 5 on Wednesday. So just one full day of rest in between, which is tomorrow. Hook shots good by Paul Reed. Paul Reed wanted to play some, or trying to earn some more minutes out there. At the top, Harden. James Harden set the tone tonight for Cleveland. Schroeder at the wing of the perimeter, under 3.5 left to go. Dribbles up, low block, outside Merrill. Merrill, jumper, Merrill, in and out. Rebound controlled by Levert. Strange thing, they're still in the game. They're only down by 12 right now. So Pistons still very well in it. Paul Reed, spin cycle, backdoor fouled. So this game, out of no means is out of reach just yet for the Pistons, even though this whole quarter has belonged to Cleveland. Cleveland has outscored Detroit 28-12 in the third, but the Pistons still very well in this game despite allowing a 23-0 run to happen. Yeah, Pistons tonight just all over the place. Like, the shot selection's been brutal. First free throw is off the mark by Reed. Yeah, Spida Mitchell probably going to get checked out with one of those tests that they have. He's probably going to get tested after the end of this game to make sure he wasn't on anything. Cavs going to burn a timeout. They're going to split their free throws. So free throw coming up at the line. 80-68. 3:12 left to go. Still, this is still a game right now. And it's strange to say that because the Cavs have all the momentum, the crowd right behind them. 23-0 run to begin this third quarter. Outscoring the Pistons 28-12, and yet the Pistons are only down by 12. So there's still a lot of time left to go. There's still like 15 minutes and 12 seconds left, so anything could happen, and just a crazy game. Absolutely insane game that we've had. I remember a couple of years ago, it was Grizzlies T-Wolves. I think that was in the first round, back from like 3-4 years ago, and one team dominated, I believe it was Minnesota. They dominated the first half. They got up by like 30 plus points, and then they blew the lead or maybe it was like 26. It was one of the largest comebacks in NBA playoff history. And then I believe it was Memphis who came back and won. Yeah, Minnesota had this unbelievable first half, and then Memphis had this incredible second half, came back and won. Largest NBA playoff comebacks. I want to see when that was. That had to be like 3 years ago. $80 to 68 as we get back to action. 3 minutes left to go. And Pistons pick up a personal foul. Yeah, that was a 26-point comeback. That was game 3 of the first round in 2022. So 4 years ago. Minnesota and Memphis. Memphis completed a 26-point comeback in game 3 of the 2022 first round. Evan Mobley, defended by Paul Reed around the perimeter. Mobley, bounce pass, stolen. As Max Strus fell down at the back end of the play. Levert, shovel pass, underneath, backdoor layup is good by Paul Reed. And this is only a 10-point game right now, despite the Pistons with 15 turnovers. Cavs just coughed it up for the 10th time tonight. Baseline dribble, Strus, outside, Merrill, whips it on top. Harden drives straight line to the cup. Off the back rim, no good. Mobley, offensive rebound. And he's fouled. And they have bonus free throws. So 2 shots coming up at the line for Evan Mobley. Yeah, I remember covering that stream on the channel. Memphis went on a 50 to 16 run against Minnesota in the playoffs 4 years ago. Memphis trailed 79 to 54 with under 3 minutes remaining in the third. That's crazy. And then Memphis closed out the game on a 50 to 16 run. First shot was good at the line by Mobley. Second shot's good. 12-point lead again. Cunningham, hounded by Strus, gutted away off the Reed. Cunningham, 10-second violation, turnover. That's now 16 turnovers on the Pistons tonight. Wow. Cavs back with possession. James Harden, bounce pass, sets up Merrill, steps into a 3 off the back rim, no good. Rebound secured by Robinson. A really good look right there on the 3 ball, 2 by Sam Merrill. Iris Levert. Into the hands to Reed. Bounce pass off to Robinson. Ball fake, lob, down low. Reed, double team, kick out, corner, 3. Robinson. Nothing but net delivers. 82-73. They cut it down to single digits. Deep range 3. A laser beam from downtown. James Harden quick up the floor, able to rip down the triple. 12-point lead again for Cleveland. Danish Jenkins dribbles up low block, shovels it outside. Paul Reed drives inside the key, working on Mobley. Bounce pass behind his back, sets up Jenkins, blocked off the glass by Mobley, out of bounds, and it went off the Pistons. I want to see the replay of this with Evan Mobley. Yeah, good defense by Mobley there, and then it ricocheted off Paul Reed and out. Final minute left to go in the third. Mobley towards his left, handoff at the wing into the hands to Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder slides it on top off to Harden. Try to increase this lead. 5 of the shot clock. James Harden, up fake, bounce pass, outside, Schroeder. Schroeder gonna launch, he does. Runner, kiss off the glass. Dennis Schroeder, able to knock down the floater right as the shot clock expired. 14-point lead for the Cavs. Everybody chipping in right now for Cleveland. Danish Jenkins. Dribble, drive, penetrates the paint, dump off, down low, layups good by Paul Reed. 8-second differential, shot clock and game clock to close out the third. Paul Reed, double figures, has played just 9 minutes tonight. He's got 11. James Harden at the midcourt logo. Takes on Levert. 10 in the shot clock, 18 in the game clock. Harden at the top, dribbles up, switch guarded by Robinson. 5 of the shot clock. Takes on Robinson at the wing. A step back three. Harden looking for the foul call. He did get it. Going to be 3 shots here coming up at the free throw line for James Harden. Duncan Robinson cannot believe it. Picks up the shooting foul on the step back 3 by Harden with 9/10 of a second on the shot clock. I want to see if his foot was on the line in that 3-point shot or not, but Harden's going to get the benefit of the call. He's going to have at least 2. I believe it was off a step back 3. First free throw is good. That's the 4th foul charged to Robinson tonight. So he's in the most foul trouble out of anybody. 4 fouls by Robinson. For the Cavs, Sam Merrill has 4. Yeah, this is going to be 3 shots. So both feet cleanly behind the 3-point line by James Harden. Second free throw is good. Solid game tonight by James Harden. 23 points, 11 assists. Yup, they got classic James Harden tonight. Yeah, he's usually good for like 1 or 2 of these games to turn back the clock in a series and have like a classic like 30-point game. Third free throw is good. All 3 go down. 15-point lead. Cavs with all the momentum entering the fourth. Final seconds left to go. Jenkins drives, attacks the paint, no good. Shoved in by Paul Reed with 1 second left. Harden, baseball pass. And they couldn't do anything as the time expired. 13-point lead by the Cavs. What a quarter. If you missed most of the third quarter, this is what happened. Donovan Mitchell went into halftime with 4 points. Ended the third quarter with 25. Donovan Mitchell had 21 points in the third quarter. He went on an individual 8-zip run, and that forced the Pistons to burn a timeout. And then the Cavs stretched their lead to a 15-zip run, allowed the Pistons to burn another timeout, and then that run increased to a franchise record 23-0 run by the Cavs at one point. Just unbelievable. 23-zip run before Paul Reed scored a slam dunk. Then Paul Reed made a 3. Paul Reed got his team at least somewhat in it, down by 13. Him and Levert. Paul Reed off the bench with 13 points, perfect 6 for 6 in 10 minutes. Levert still a positive plus. He's a plus 13. 22 points in 24 minutes. Yeah, this seems like it should be like a 25-point blowout, not a 13-point game. Like, you go on a 23-zip run, then the game's over. Like, I can't believe this game is still, like, at least, like, winning some sort of reach for the Pistons. 38-21, third quarter advantage for Cleveland's. Pistons with a plethora of turnovers. They've turned it over 16 times tonight. Cavs have turned it over 10 times. Yeah, crazy. Pistons are down by 13, and they're shooting 52% from the floor. I mean, you don't see that too often where one team's shooting above 50% and they're losing this game by double digits. Just a testament to the turnover woes tonight that the Pistons have displayed. Classic James Harden tonight. Outstanding game by James Harden. 24 points, Perfect 9 for 9 at the free throw line. He's got 11 assists, 3 steals, just 2 turnovers tonight. The best games that the Cavs have played in the playoffs have been when James Harden's limited to turnovers. 25 by Mitchell. He scored 21 of those points in the third quarter. 13 by Mobley. And then Pistons led by Karis Levert with 22. Massive game by Levert. 14 by Harris. Cade with just 12. Yeah, came down to who needed to be the best player on the floor. Donovan Mitchell right now is completely taken over. Did not look like that in the first half. Had just 4 points in the first half. Some really good passes tonight by James Harden, too. Like some unselfish basketball. Like Harden's making the extra passes when his teammates are open. And spot on. They're cashing those open shots into open baskets. Multiple threes that Harden has assisted on off the extra pass tonight. We get back to action. Start to the fourth quarter. Evan Mobley sends it off to Merrill. Baseline dribble. Merrill floats it outside. Mitchell launches the three off the mark shorts. And a loose ball follow charge to Mobley. Game is not done just yet. Like, we saw what the Pistons did in Game 7 against the Magic. They were down by 24. They came back and they won. They dominated the fourth quarter. So this game is not done yet. It starts with the defensive side of the floor. That's been their identity all season long. It's been their defense. Gonna have to force, like, multiple stops in a row. Cunningham following, mid-range, off the back rim, tapped over to Merrill for the defensive board. Merrill, Mobley, Mitchell on the floor alongside Strus and Wade. Mitchell, bounce pass into the hands to Strus, drives, extra pass, down low. Mobley soars and scores the 2. 15-point lead here for Cleveland. Got 11 minutes left to go. Danish Jenkins alongside Tobias Harris, Duncan Robinson, Cade Cunningham, and missed by Harris. Excellent rejection there down low by the Cavs. They got it back, and a three-point shot missed off the rim by Cunningham. Out of the pack goes Mitchell. Mitchell accelerating Euro step right to the cup as he scores up and off the window. Spider Mitchell taking over at half number 2. He's got 27. Cunningham drives inside the paint. Paul Reed fouled, reaching in on the Cavs, called on Strus. What a game tonight. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And I'll be back live tomorrow night covering T-Wolves against Spurs. So if you'd like to come on back for that one, feel free to do so. Also hoping to cover game number 5 between Pistons and Cavs on Wednesday. And also game 6 on Friday, since it looks like we're heading to a game 6. And hopefully a game 7 on Sunday. That would be something. Inbound goes to Cunningham. Cade Cunningham attacks the paint over Strus. No good off the mark. Offensive rebound. Duren pushed off. Personal foul on the Pistons. Pushing off the board on Jalen Duren. Pistons have to settle down with these fouls. Duren now just picked up his 4th. Duren and Robinson each with 4. They got 21 personal fouls as a team. Cavs with just 12 tonight. Max Strus swings to the cross. Merrill accelerates right past Robinson, off balance, contact, and no call. Mobley, offensive rebound. Mitchell slicing the defenders. Mitchell, tough runner, scores it. Spider Mitchell doing everything tonight. He's got 29. Jenkins, bounce pass into the hands to Duren, backs his way, working on Mobley, balled it, lost it. Duren turns it over. That's been the story of this game tonight for the Pistons. Turnovers. That's now 17 as a team for turnovers. Duncan Robinson's going to head back to the bench. Karis Levert checks back in. Disappointing game out of Robinson. He crashed back to earth tonight. He had just 4 points. Yeah, the question mark was what happens when Cade Cunningham, Tobias Harris can't score. They're having a tough time with that tonight. Cunningham not playing a great game tonight. Comes out with a defensive rebound. Cunningham just 12 points tonight in 33 minutes. Harris has 14. Karis Levert saving the team with 22. If it wasn't for Levert, this would be just a destruction. Like a 40-point win tonight by the Cavs if it wasn't for Karis Levert tonight, at least keeping its team somewhat in the game. Now it's 19, and all of a sudden a chance to grow it by 20 plus. Going into the fourth quarter, the Pistons were down by 12, and now they're down by 19. Chance to go up by 20. Mitchell to the rack, no good. Missed a shot, drew the foul. It's on Danish Jenkins. 2 free throws coming up by Donovan Mitchell. Cleveland perfect on their home court for a reason. Just something ignited this Cavs team in the second half. Largest lead of the series is right here, right now. They have never led by 20 this series. If Mitchell buries at least one of these, they'll be up by 20 for the first time in the series. Free throw is good. 20-point lead. Game 5, Wednesday. I'll be back live for these two teams on Wednesday and then also on Friday for the Game 6. I'll be back live tomorrow as well, covering T-Wolves against Spurs. Actually, I should check that time of, I think they conflict with one another, if I'm not mistaken. So I just want to double check on that. See what we got for the rest of the week here for schedules, if there are conflicting dates. Yeah, Friday actually does conflict. I would imagine that the Pistons and Cavs would be playing earlier on Friday than the T-Wolves and Spurs, so I would take that Pistons-Cavs matchup. Layup is made by Detroit. They're getting destroyed here in the second half. It's a 46-23 second half advantage for Cleveland. Cleveland doubling up what the Pistons have in the second half as the Pistons commit another foul. Oscar Thompson picks up the personal. Yeah, the question goes into the next game for JB Bickerstaff. What in the world do you do with Oscar Thompson? Like, he was unplayable today. Like, that's a shame. This guy was a top 5 lottery pick from 3 years ago. And 13 minutes, a minus 29. Like, I don't even know how that's humanly possible to be that bad defensively. Yeah, Oscar Thompson just got his ankles broken by Mitchell on the last possession. Free throws are good by Mitchell. 179. Donovan Mitchell tied the Cavs playoff franchise record, 21 points in that previous third quarter. Mitchell had just 4 points going into halftime. He's got a 30-burger tonight. 179. Cunningham. 15-footer. Buries it. It's like, what do you do for Oscar Thompson in the next game? This guy is somebody who usually puts pressure at the rim. He's done none of that in this series. James Harden at the wing. Having the classic throwback game. Fires off to Mitchell. Takes the 3 and left it outside as an air ball. Wow, that's pretty cool. They got a coaching consultant, Vincent Colette. He's the Cavaliers' coaching consultant. That's got to be a great job right there. Being able to give, like, recommendations to Kenny Atkinson, how to, like, better off the team each and every single one of the games. And Jalen Duren, head full of steam, right to the rack, soars up and flushes it with a two-handed slam. Where was that earlier in the game? Duren with just 8 tonight. Allen into the hands to Harden. Harden outside. Strus catching fire. 3 off the back rim. Offensive rebound. Take some more time off the clock if you're Cleveland. Bounce pass goes to Harden. They can work this down to just above 7 minutes left. James Harden showing patience, backing his way down. Levert turns the corner, blocked to the rim by Duran. Loose ball scooped up. Here goes Thompson. This time putting pressure at the rim. Kicks out. 3 at the wing. It's good by Cunningham. Cuts it down to 14. 186. Also, Thompson finally makes a positive play for himself. So he goes down to a minus 24 for his box plus minus tonight. Had a steal and the assist, and puts his team within 14. Timeout on the floor. Cavs burn a timeout 186. All right, we got 100 likes as well, 400 plus in the stream. If you guys are new to the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Yeah, I saw that. It said Cavaliers coaching consultant, and then below that said the French national team head coach previously. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know they had that. That's pretty cool. The guy's just out in the stands watching the game and trying to soak it all in, give Kenny Atkinson pointers on the next game. Joshua, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. What a crazy game tonight. Cavs started off in a 23-0 run. Franchise record to begin the third quarter. Detroit showing a little bit of signs of life right now, but still far from taking this game. Karis Levert, 22 points, at least keeping his team somewhat competitive in it. 19 by Cade, 14 by Harris, but the other role players struggling to step up. Paul Reed got himself 13 points in 11 minutes. Duncan Robinson, who drilled 5 threes in 2 of the games, and then 4 threes in 1 of the games in the series, is just 1 for 2 tonight from 3, only attempting 2 shots total. Duncan Robinson, a non-factor with 4 points. So, there's your shooter that they picked up for Detroit, but tonight he's been a non-factor. 0 aggressiveness out of Robinson. Jalen Duren, I'm going to say it again. I said it in the last series too against the Magic, but he's 6'10". He just looks small. Like he looks like a regular player. Like he doesn't look like a big, like a Jarrett Allen or like a Isaiah Hardenstein, Chet Holmgren, or like a Karl Anthony Towns or Rudy Gobert. Like guys kind of similar size of Jalen Duren. He just looks small. This game's on the NBC. So if you're from the US, it's on NBC. I'm not sure how you can get it if you're international, but it's on NBC if you're from the US. And it's also on Peacock. So the app to watch this game is also on Peacock. Adele, thanks for joining in. Yeah, most of that previous series, he got outplayed by Wendell Carter Jr. In the last series. He was looking small going up against the front court. Paulo Banchero, Wendell Carter Jr., and Franz Wagner of the Magic last series. Inbound goes to Harden. Cavs by 14, try to close it out tonight. They're a perfect 5-0 in their home court in the playoffs. James Harden on the floor alongside Dean Wade, Jarrett Allen, Dennis Schroeder, and Max Strus. Mitchell currently on the bench. Harden. 5 at the shot clock. Harden at the wing. Swings it on top. Wade up fake. Dribbles. Drives. Right down the lane inside. Left it short. Got blocked at the buzzer. And a 24-second violation on the Cavs. So the opportunity arises right now for Detroit. 6:32 left to go. Pistons get the inbound. Karis Levert. Even when his team's down by 14, he's a plus 18 on the floor. How's that humanly possible? Because of major minus minutes tonight by Oscar Thompson, the minus 24. Cunningham fires the pass. Oh, it's a terrible Big U. Jalen Duren, Butterfingers out of bounds. He would have had a wide open slam dunk. 18th turnover of the game of the Pistons. Cade Cunningham went into a jump shot motion at the last second, decided not to take the shot, and fired a bullet pass straight line off to Jalen Duren, and Jalen Duren was not anticipating it, had a wide open dunk rolling to the hoop, and it went off his fingertips out of bounds. Just a game in this nutshell for the Pistons tonight with 18 turnovers. Evan Mobley is going to head back into the game as Dean Wade will take a seat on the bench. Inbound goes to Cleveland. Edge of the midcourt logo for Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder, guarded by Levert. Push past the corner. Mitchell back on the floor. Tough shot. Bumped into and fouled. And there the bonus. So 2 free throws coming up here by Donovan Mitchell with 5:53 left to go. Doggy loves guitar. Welcome in. Liking the Cavs here. What a game by Spida Mitchell. Franz Wagner and Mo Wagner both play for the Magic, so they've been eliminated from the playoffs. Yeah, I was talking about them earlier because they were matched up against the Pistons in the previous series. Mitchell with 2 free throws, already surpassing 30 tonight. First free throw is good. Donovan Mitchell with 33. He had 4 points going into halftime, has 29 in the second half. And he's a plus 29 in the floor. Donovan Mitchell started off the third quarter on an individual 8-zip run, and that led to a 23-0 run to start off the third by Cleveland, a franchise playoff record. 31 points in the second half by Mitchell. That ties a Cavs playoff high. He's got 35. Went into halftime with just 4. Under 6 minutes left to go. Cunningham poked in the eye by Schroeder. Schroeder picks up the foul. If you guys enjoyed the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll be back live tomorrow night covering T-Wolves against Spurs. We'll see what happens tomorrow night with Victor Wembanyama if he's able to redeem himself and bounce back. No suspension, no fine for Wemby. He'll be back to return tomorrow after getting ejected in the previous game. Missed shot by Harris. Rebound back to the Cavs. Mitchell. Tours is right around the perimeter. Takes on Cunningham. Step back 3 off a rainbow. Donovan Mitchell. Splash. Drills it from downtown. Spida Mitchell putting together an absolutely legendary second half performance. One for the ages tonight. 38 points, 34 points in the second half. Backdoor layup is made by Detroit. Under 5 minutes left to go. Levert, it's Schroeder, defended on the outside by Levert. Fires it off to Mobley, shovel pass Allen, spin cycle dump off, Mitchell runner, got it! It's a 40-piece, folks, by Donovan Mitchell. 36 in the second half by Mitchell. Duren clamped, working on Allen, outside, off to Harris. Harris drives on Mobley, inside the key, off the glass. Draws the shooting foul. 2 shots coming up the line by Tobias Harris. And I'll be back live for these two teams' Game 5 on Wednesday. Donovan Mitchell, absolutely sensational tonight. Legendary performance. This one goes down. One of the top playoff performances all time in a second half game. Most individual points in the second half went to Wilt Chamberlain, 59 points in 1962. I want to see if he cracks like the top 20 in the record books. Devin Booker, he had 51 points in the second half against the Celtics back in 2017. 17-point lead. Mitchell with just a simply outstanding game. He's got, in the second half, 36. Yeah, that's tied for 21st all time in any game in the NBA. I I think that's recently too. Wow, Giannis had 43 points in the second half against the Pacers 3 years ago. I want to see how that stacks up in the playoffs. Bam Adebayo, lob, looking for Allen. No, missed off the back rim. Sail back to Mitchell as he came up with an offensive rebound. Bam Adebayo put up 40 points in the second half in the game that he dropped down 83 against Washington this season. Mitchell from deep range, no good, 30 feet out. Rebound goes to the Pistons. Cade, final 3 minutes left to go. Harris attacks the paint. Off the glass, no good. Putback's good by Levert. I want to see how that stacks up in the playoffs because I was just reading like regular season stuff. Mitchell, 36, second half. Missed off the rim short. Has the chance for 38. Has the chance to score 42 total in the game coming up at the free throw line as he will have 2 shots. 15-point lead. We're going to have a game 6 in the series tied up at 2 apiece. 2:48 left to go. 107-92 Cleveland. Cleveland proving it that they are unbeaten at home for a reason and showing it tonight. If you guys enjoyed the stream, smash the thumbs up. Helps out this video a ton being found on YouTube. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate all for being a part here of the stream tonight. Most points in the playoffs in the second half. I believe Donovan Mitchell might have... see, the stat muse thing only goes back within like a decade or so, what I'm getting. Wow. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell right now is 36 second half points. The playoff record is actually 39 in a single half by Sleepy Floyd, 1987. Eric Sleepy Floyd scored the most points in a single half in NBA playoff history, 39 points for the Golden State Warriors against the LA Lakers on May 10th, 1987. Most points scored in the second half. Charles Barkley, 38 points, May 4th, 1994. Most points in a single quarter went to Sleepy Floyd as well. Fourth quarter in that same game back in 1987 for Golden State against the Lakers. He had 29 of his 39 in the fourth quarter. Mitchell tonight had 21 in the third. So if you're just joining in, Donovan Mitchell has 2 free throws coming up after the timeout. He has 40 points tonight. He went into halftime with 4 points. He's got 36 points in the second half. 36 points in the second half, ranking top 5 all-time at the moment, and most points in an NBA playoff game ever in a half. One heck of a game indeed. Legendary here out in the stream. You guys, real MVPs, legends out on the channel. Devin Booker had 51 points in a half against the Celtics back in 2017. That was like a 73-point game or something like that. Total, he had 51 in one of those halves. That was a regular season game, though, in 2017. Yeah, I remember that one. I was in college. That was my senior year of college that year. Wild game tonight. Mitchell has 40. Going to be putting up some really good highlight reel clips after the conclusion of this game. Yeah, if you guys enjoy the shorts, I'm like a content machine recently with all the shorts that they keep on pumping out left and right. Trying to get this channel to be a content machine. Yeah, just absolutely insane how he's just going off here. Tough game for Cade Cunningham tonight. Cunningham with 5 turnovers, 6 assists. So here we go. Donovan Mitchell, 36 points. First free throw is good. He's got 37 in the second half. He's got 41 total. 41 total points in this game, 37 in the second half. That is one short of the second half playoff record by Charles Barkley with 38 in 1994. Free throw number 2 to tie the record for most second half points in a single NBA playoff game, and he's got it. 38 points in half number 2 by Mitchell, 42 in the game. Danish Jenkins, top of the key. Away from the play, foul. Charge to Cleveland. Absolutely wild. What a game tonight. So Danish Jenkins going to shoot 2 shots here at the free throw line. First one's good. Eric Sleepy Floyd holds the record for most points in a single half with 39 in a playoff game. So one more basket scored by Mitchell, and he would break that record tonight. Free throws are good at the line by Jenkins. Inbound to the backcourt, Mitchell. Approaching 2.5 left to go. He takes on Javonte Green 101. Donovan Mitchell. Edge of the midcourt logo. Taking on Javonte Green. 42-point night by Mitchell. Crossover. Switch guarded by Jenkins. Gets past him off the dribble. Mitchell dump off Allen. Outside Strus. Fires the 3. Off the mark. No good. Tipped around. Rebound controlled by Jenkins. Up the floor finds Holland. Jenkins. Kick out corner. Step back 3. Number 25 for the Pistons. Buries it. That is good. Bench points there by Marcus Sasser. Houston Cougar. Played under Kelvin Sampson, head coach at the University of Houston. Mitchell, crossover, drives right past Holland, inside the key, floats him the shot, bumped into, no call with the refs though. And it goes right back over to the Pistons with the rebounds. Sasser, bounce pass, Reed, no good off the mark, rebound goes to Strus. Yep, Wilt has the total amount of points, 100 record in the NBA. Wow, so somebody scored 108 over in the Philippines Basketball League. Jumper, Harden, straightaway 3 off the back rim, no good. The rebound goes to Reed. Yeah, I think it was Jack Taylor who set like the all-time record for basketball at like any level. Division 3 for Grinnell College. I think that's the name. It happened in 2012. I remember I was in high school, and I heard that as a news story. I was like, holy smokes, this dude scored 138 points in the game. Yeah, Grinnell College. It happened back on November 20th, 2012. Grinnell College, Division 3 NCAA program, won against Faith Baptist Bible College, 179 to 104. And all that Grinnell team does is shoot threes. Yeah, there's a couple teams at the D3 level because I do D3 basketball broadcasts. Stolen off the inbound by Holland. It went out of bounds. 58 seconds left. None of the teams where I broadcast from for the region because I'm up in Mass, so like the Northeast region. None of the teams play the style that Grinnell plays, which is basically every single shot's a 3 for the game. Like they'll go and shoot like 80 something threes a game for them and barely any 2s. That's the same exact style that Greenville. I think that's the name of the other school that led the nation in scoring this year in points per game. Greenville at D3. scores like a high clip too. Like they average like 130 points per game, but they give up like 120 something defensively. Yeah, so some of the teams that I broadcast for in person at D3, it's wild. Like, I a couple of years ago I did a holiday tip-off game, and one of the teams in the tournament was Hunter College out of New York City. And Hunter College led the nation in bench points per game, and they were just going with consistent line changes every like 2-3 minutes. They would substitute 5 players out, 5 players in. And they would play this style that would just be like play as fast as possible. So they would go and they would score like 70, 80 bench points in the game, but their defense was horrific and they gave up like 115 points to their opponent. 109.99 as we are down to the final minute left to go in regulation. Bench players on the floor. So Donovan Mitchell substitutes out. He finishes with 42 tonight, with 38 happening in the second half. Sasser, steal and layup, plus the foul. And one coming up at the free throw line by the Pistons. Pistons, all of a sudden, putting this game winning 8 with 49.7 seconds left to go. So it ain't over just yet. It's an 8-point game. They just stole it and they scored the bucket. And the Cavs just substituted all their starters out. Might want to get them back in for the final 49.7. So another timeout here taken on the floor. Cavs just burned their final timeout. If we've seen anything, shades of yesterday where Minnesota was having a tough time inbounding the basketball when they were up by 6 with 25 seconds left. They allowed the Spurs to come up with a steal. The Spurs made it really interesting, and then Ayo Dosunmu able to score basically a clutch layup to ice the game. Yeah, this game tonight has had a bunch of turnovers. 19 turnovers by the Pistons, 14 by the Cavs. Cavs are out of timeouts. So all the starters come back in for Cleveland. So Kenny Atkinson just took the starters out. They allowed a steal to layup. It allowed the Pistons to cut it to single digits, and now all the starters back in. Paul Reed's going to defend the inbounds. Evan Mobley, far side front court inbound passer. Mobley looking for somebody to get open. He does. Lobs it off to Merrill. Merrill, hand off Mitchell. Mitchell looking for more. Mitchell, no good. Missed the layup. Offensive rebound. Put back is good by Mobley. That should be the dagger, folks. Evan Mobley able to throw it down off the putback. Loose ball by Detroit. Scooped up by Harden with a steal. Schroeder off the double team. Gets the way, finds Mitchell. Mitchell pushed from behind and fouled. Javonte Green picks up the personal foul, and Donovan Mitchell ain't done just yet. He has the chance to break the NBA record for most points in a half in a playoff game. 38 points in the second half by Donovan Mitchell. Right now, he is tied with Charles Barkley for the most points ever in the second half. One more point would tie him, and it does, with the most points ever in a single half in NBA playoff history with Eric Sleepy Floyd back in 1987. One more free throw. If he makes it, he would have the NBA playoff record for most points ever in a single half. Mitchell, no good, around the rim and out, tied for the record. 25 seconds left. Pistons down by 11. Sasser drives on Merrill. Sasser scores the layup. Cuts the deficit down to 9. Looking for the inbound. They find Merrill. Merrill up the floor. Merrill. Ooh, the ball got poked loose out of bounds off Jenkins, though. Lucky there for Sam Merrill. Lucky for Sam Merrill right there. Very lucky that that wasn't taken away as Jenkins pushed it out to the corner. Yep, they get that graphic on right now. 39 points in the second half. That's tied for the most in a playoff half in NBA history. James Harden tied up. I can't believe that this game's not over just yet. James Harden just got tied up off the inbound. 13 seconds left. Goes over to Detroit. They still got 10 seconds left. Gotta make something quick. Sasser off the back room, no good. Missed it. Out of bounds off the Cavs. 5.2 seconds left. Man, Cleveland's lucky at the end of this game tonight. Lucky that the Pistons didn't hit a couple more shots to make this much more interesting than it should be. Step back three, Paul Reed, off the mark, no good. This game's over. We are tied up 2-2. Cleveland picks up the victory, 112-103 the final score. Donovan Mitchell had a legendary second half, one of the ages, and it goes down tying an NBA playoff record. 39 points in half number 2. Mitchell tonight closed out the game with a game-high 43. He went into halftime with just 43 to close out this game tonight. What a battle between these two teams. Just an interesting game because the Cavs went up 23-0 on a run. A 23-0 run to start off the third quarter. Dominated the third, 38-21. You would think that this would be like a 25-point blowout or greater. Like, this was a 9-point game tonight. Like, at the end, when Atkinson pulled the starters, and then they started to turn it over, that really just got things interesting where the Pistons made a run and made this interesting late in this game. Yeah, big difference in free throws tonight. Cavs solid at the free throw line, 30 for 34. And Detroit, a foul machine tonight. Like, they're trying to play physical, and the referee is not giving the Pistons those calls tonight in this game. Just 9 for 12 as a team at the free throw line. The Pistons committed 27 fouls. The Cavs committed just 15. So big difference maker there in the fouls tonight. And then turnovers, major miscue for the Pistons. If the Pistons are able to clean up their play, then they most likely win this game, go up 3-1 in the series. Pistons tonight had 20 turnovers. Cavs still had a bunch of turnovers. They had 15. Pistons made a bunch of mistakes tonight. Pistons shredded the Cavs in the paint, 50-34. Just really just an odd game all around. Whereas the Pistons, with 20 turnovers, still outshot the Cavs. 83 shot attempts by the Pistons, 78 shot attempts by the Cavs tonight. Usually it's opposite way around. And yeah, Pistons shot 51% from the floor, and their defense limited the Cavs to 44%. And that's something you don't see too often. A team that shoots above 50% from the floor and only can muster 103 points and lose the game. Like, turnovers for the Pistons tonight crushed them. They allowed 25 points by the Cavs to be scored off of those turnovers. And Donovan Mitchell needed to bail out this Cavs team and just go nuclear to win it tonight. Just an insane game. James Harden played very well. 24 points, 11 assists, 4 steals by Harden tonight. So he proved himself tonight. Mobley finished with 17. It was basically 3 guys that did the bulk of the scoring. Everybody else has single digits for the Cavs. Basically, Mitchell took off and took control. And then Karis Levert, huge X factor tonight. Reason why the Pistons made this close. He was great off the bench, plus 15 for Levert in a loss. He scored 24 points on 10 for 16 shooting. Paul Reed showing that he should get some more playing time. Finished with 15. Cade finished with 19 tonight, had just 6 assists, 5 turnovers. He's going to bounce back in the next game, I'm for sure. That Cade's going to be able to bounce back in Game 5. Tobias Harris finished with 16. Yeah, rough game on the All-Star Thompson. All-Star Thompson, a major negative, minus 27 tonight. Just 4 points in 19 minutes. Got into early foul trouble. Jalen Duren just not really having an impact at all on these playoffs. Just 8 points by Duren. And then Duncan Robinson. Like, if they're able to get production out of Duncan Robinson like he had played in the previous 3 games, most likely the Pistons win this game. Tonight, Duncan Robinson just 1 for 2 shooting, only 4 points in 29 minutes. So Duncan Robinson was a non-factor. He averaged 15 points per game. Coming into this game tonight, drilled 4 threes in the last game, 5 threes in the previous 2. And tonight, just a non-factor. And they needed that sharpshooting out of Robinson to give them the shot. And he only attempted 2 shots total tonight in this one. 112-103 the final score. Cleveland picks up the victory. They force a Game 6 in the series. I'll be back in tomorrow night covering Spurs against T-Wolves. That series is really good. That's going into a Game 6. Tomorrow's Game 5. And then hoping to be back live on Wednesday covering the next game between the Cavs against Pistons. Thanks all for joining in tonight. We're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, John, Michael, Bradley, Joe, Lonely Satellite, Warren, the Nija player, Norma, Polson, Kelly, Ogie, Russell, Rydog, Astros fan for life, On the Prowl, I am Ghost, Ian, Edith, Ice Ice Baby, SGA Sports Talk, Elaine, Kilo Pits, Yvonne, Otamura, and Tyreek. Thanks for joining in here tonight. Donovan Mitchell, NBA playoff record he ties for alongside Eric Sleepy Floyd back in 1987. 39 second half points. Tied for the record tonight for Donovan Mitchell. 43 points total. 39 coming in half number 2. Leading his team to victory. Just taking over in the third quarter and then the fourth quarter. Thanks all for joining in tonight and enjoy the rest of your Monday night.